just watch the feed until give it a pause. There we go. Says we're live. We had a
Welcome,
good
ladies and
turnout
gentlemen.
last week, so let's see what's up, everybody. Let's see if we can top it. Now we had the direct
Damn, there
predictions.
goes my phone.
Now we have
Yeah,
the
mine too.
I'm getting all
now
these
we have
fucking
the damn.
notifications. Just when did you become live, man? I'm just
We had
playing.
we had a
Welcome,
good
ladies and
turnout
gentlemen.
last week, so let's see. We got AB James he's typed a bunch of stuff in the chat.
Let me
We got
see.
Muhammad
Who's watching
Wiser.
it?
We got Ayers. We
I'm
got
getting
J
feedback
Biggs.
and shit.
I got this. Let me pop out the chat,
So
YouTube.
yeah, I mean, there's a
Who-
lot to talk about from the direct itself.
I guess you got to show out and pop.
But we can start by the Nintendo. Or I don't know if it was Nintendo or somebody else just put together a list of all consoles with a 10 million or more selling game, and the Switch is at 21. And
That was
the
very interesting.
PS2 was at like 4. I don't know if that must not count like multiplats. I'm guessing because Call of Duties and stuff would have been. They always sold over 10 million. Like the PS4 would have had however many
I don't
Call of
think
Duties
so.
there were. Because I know the Call
I
of
think they sold
Duties.
7 or 8 on, because obviously there's also Xbox. They sold pretty
Well,
well on that, and then
the
PC.
360 had 11 over 10, so maybe it was counting. But I thought the
Yeah,
PS4 would have
because
had
they're
more.
20 million. They're roughly around 20 million in sales, somewhere around there. Call of Duties. So if you spread them out over 3 platforms, nobody has to have 10 million.
That's true. I thought the last time I remember, like early in the generation, PS4 was like double the Xbox, so it was like 2/3 of it
Yeah.
was. So I would assume some of those, but yeah, it was interesting to see
Right.
how few the PlayStation 2 had, like 4.
I'm not surprised because I always say this. Obviously I'm a PS2 hater, but nobody has the same kind of nostalgia for PS2 that they have for GameCube. Like there's no,
Like the games, yeah,
it's not even
especially.
comparison as far
That's because
as
you can't beat
people.
that Nintendo nostalgia, man. Come on.
Yeah, there's that, but it's even PS1. Like, yeah, there are people that love their PS1, especially back in the day, but there's no like. It's not similar to what people feel about the N64.
Hey, look at that. The $2
We gotta pay some
donation.
bills,
Let's
gotta
get
pay
it.
some bills. We got, it says Falcon Blizzak, introvert maxing, £2, baby. That's like,
How many times you gotta change your name?
what's £2 in the US? Like $1.50? What, I
I
forget.
mean, just appreciate the
Or is it
money,
the
damn
other
it.
way?
Yeah,
I can't remember if it's less or more.
they are more. Well, they're yeah. It's less here.
Actually, no. I think $2 would be like 350 US. If I'm thinking,
I
because
don't
like
think so,
sixty
bro. I
thousand
think it's the
pound
other way.
car is like £100,000 or $100,000 car. So appreciate it, man. Yeah, best. That was the best direct. I mean, for me, the Switch is life. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll get to that. But thanks for the
The,
donation.
the nostalgia doesn't hit the same. That's what I was trying to say.
But yeah,
Um,
as far as like
like
the PS2, I think a lot of like even like some like one of the most talked about games, Shadow of the Colossus, probably sold 1 million copies. It wasn't like a huge seller. It was
is
just
that a best talked about game?
well towards the end. I mean, people always talk about Shadow of the
Yeah,
Colossus as far as
I know. I
PS2,
know
the Swan
it didn't
Song.
sell crazy or anything. It
I
sold
doubt it.
okay.
Yeah, I bet it sold like
But
maybe
I
a
think
million.
my biggest evidence for this is the PSP. Like people talk about PSP, yeah, it lost and whatnot in that generation because nobody beats Nintendo handhelds. But it sold 80 million
Hmm.
systems, and nobody talks about it. Like nobody talks about it in the same breath that they
But
would
because it doesn't have
like
like the
the
library.
Game Boy Advance. Oh no, the library is very good.
Well, it
It's one of
had
my favorite.
that's true for Sony for sure. But it had a lot of the it was modded and hacked or whatever. So there's a lot of people
Of course,
playing.
again, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That system specifically sold a lot of units, but if you look at the software sales, not even
Hmm.
close to anything that DS or heck even Game Boy Advance was doing.
I didn't see
And
the
it's
list
it's
of the
it's crazy to
handhelds.
me.
The 10 million sellers. I saw there was a list that had handhelds,
Oh,
but I didn't look at it.
there's definitely no 10 million sellers on the handheld for PlayStation, so don't
No,
even worry about don't even worry about that. I think the best selling PlayStation or PSP game was probably, as far as sales go, 3 million, if that.
yeah. Now I got to try to find that.
I gotta look that up
That
too.
damn,
Yeah,
post
I wanted to
and-
know that for my video on the PSP. So,
But it's just crazy. Like the Switch is so far above. The second place was the 360 at 11 million, which I'm surprised it wasn't another Nintendo system, but like the Wii or something. I had to look.
oh no, because we never didn't sell any software. They don't. People bought it and they just played Wii Sports apparently, even though the system sold like 1 billion units of software, like 1 billion. But everybody only played Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
the
know
that's the
Mario
narrative.
Kart Wii sold and New Super Mario Brothers U were high sellers.
Yeah,
But
they're like high 30 millions, like 37, 38.
I wonder what the numbers are for 20 plus million, because I know the Switch still has quite a few of those, so it'd be interesting. But I'm trying to find that. Of course, I don't know who posted it.
Probably 5 or 6. Because we can kind of figure it out. You got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously, Animal Crossing,
Breath of the
Super
Wild.
Mario Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild,
So
soon to be
Shield-
Tears of the Kingdom if it
I think
hasn't
Tears
hit
is at
already.
19. It has to be.
Yeah, last time we saw it was 19, so it's gonna hit 20. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in.
Sword and Shield.
Not Super Paper Mario.
Super.
The fucking party, Mario Party.
Was that at
How
20?
much
Yeah,
is
Mario
that?
Party.
Super Mario Party is over 20, right?
Yeah.
So that's 6. That's just off the top of my head. That's insane, bro. That's insane. To have 6 games. And those are all first party? Did I
Yep.
just mention all first party games? Over 20 million units sold?
Take that,
That's-
Sony.
Insane. And you
That's
know
right.
obviously the production costs isn't anywhere near
No.
what it costs those other guys to produce games. So they just
That's pure
printing
profit,
money, bro.
baby.
It's not even fair.
Especially when
It's
it comes to
really-
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's all profit. It's all profit. At the point that game came out, it was just profit. The cost of the cart as well, they were losing
That was
on
the
that
most
game.
inconvenience there were.
Right.
The fuck? Man, I guess
Everything
we
else
gotta
was
put this on a
pure
card
profit.
or some shit. Damn, man.
I guess so.
What is that? Like $20? No, wow.
I don't
The
think it's
idea
that
that
much.
they were like slightly inconvenienced cracks me the fuck up.
And they still get treated like, oh, they're just some other. They're in their
Mhm.
own little. Like it
They're not a
blows my
threat.
mind, bro.
They're not a threat
Yeah,
to
They're not a
Xbox.
threat. They're just up and they're doing their own thing. And it's just what? If one of you motherfuckers was selling this, you wouldn't be saying that shit at all.
I mean, honestly, like
They better put some respect on the name.
people say, "Oh, Nintendo needs to put their games on PC. They do so much. They do so well on PC." I mean, they probably sell. They
Is
would
that
sell
right,
more,
Harris?
but do they need
Did
to?
you just do the math?
Like, they really don't need to. Like, there's no reason for them.
Air says 3 billion pure profit.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Probably right.
Even if it was 2, that's crazy.
That'd be one of the most profitable games of all time, based on the budget
Easy.
and the sales. And it's been. I mean,
I
yeah,
mean-
a lot of those were part of the bundles and stuff, but
Yeah,
know,
but there weren't that many people buying Mario Kart 8 bundles.
I guess
when they
out
came
of
up-
the total,
Oh.
I'd guess 5 million. If
Yeah, I would guess like 5. I would 5 to 8 million. I
they
would
did
think.
it for 5 holidays in a row. So
Yeah.
And
But I'm thinking about something like, what was the last game? I guess that sold that much that they counted like single units. What Super Mario? What was it? Super Mario Brothers? Maybe. I think that- I'm feeling a 60 million unit. So I must be thinking of like Wii Sports or something.
Wii Sports Resort was around there. I want to say, which wasn't a pack-in.
No.
Yeah,
but
Wii
Wii
Resort-
Sports was.
Race Wars was like the game that came in like second technically. Well, technically
Well,
it's
that's
still
what-
ahead of it.
So my point is, this game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, sold as if it was a pack-in from day one. It sold that many units that you would expect from a
They
pack-in
call
to
that
sell.
Nintendo Magic, right?
That's insanity, bro.
That's the Nintendo Magic.
I cannot find this damn list. I've been scrolling for.
Yeah, I didn't know what list you guys were talking about, and then I couldn't. I was like, where the fuck is this list
Maybe
at?
I liked it, and maybe
Was
it's
it on
my like
Twitter?
feed. Yeah.
That didn't help.
I don't even know where to find my damn profile.
I blame
list
Elon
on
Musk.
here.
That's why you can't find it.
Where the hell's my profile? There it is.
Elon Musk ruined everything.
Probably doesn't even show me my own likes. Probably. Your likes are private.
You can't even see your
But
own
I can
life.
see my own at least. Yeah, I didn't like it,
Oh.
so it's not here. But yeah, it was just interesting. I wish I could find it.
Oh, I have it. If you
If you have it, yeah.
Well-
What the
I
fuck?
gotta-
man, looking for it.
What are you talking about? And then I just figured it out. I'm sorry.
He's like, I got
I
the
did see a lot
goods,
of
bro. When did you get the
interesting
goods?
things while scrolling, though, I seen a lot of Superman costume for the new movie.
Oh,
Don't like the.
What were you looking at specifically? You wanted to
I
see?
just wanted to see the whole list and then like the handhelds and stuff, where like the
Okay.
total.
All right, here we go. Currently, I'm reading the whole thing here. Currently,
Uh-oh.
Nintendo Switch has 21 games that have sold 10 million copies or more. This is Paul Gale Network. The most ever for a console. How do others fare? Am I reading that or am I reading?
Yeah, just see.
Yeah, go ahead, go
what
ahead.
they all are.
All right, so number 2 was Xbox 360 at 11 games that sold, 10 million or more?
Mm-hmm.
Surprised
one
Xbox
after
360
that?
had many.
Yeah, that surprised me too. 3DS, which I thought would be the next one, but it's 3, and that's 10 games that sold
Oh, that's
10 million or
bullshit.
more.
Lost off by one. That's
by
old.
one, yeah. And then you have the Wii at 9 games. Oh, nobody bought nobody bought any games on the Wii. 9,
I thought there was a decent amount.
yeah. So there's 9 for the Wii. PlayStation 4 has 9 as well. Well, I don't know why they're making that 5 when they have the same amount.
Tied for fourth.
Whatever.
It's called Nintendo bias. Come on now, get with the times, bro.
The next one is Nintendo 3DS with 7. And number 7 on that list is PlayStation 2 with only 4.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That means 10 million or more. And I'm betting one of those is a Final Fantasy 10.
Wouldn't surprise me actually.
Final Fantasy 10 was looking huge when it came out.
Do they count Final
it's-
Fantasy 10? Do they count 10 and 10-2 together or no?
Maybe, I don't know. I have to look that up.
That would be
Some
my-
systems may have another one or so due to a game being in the 9x, 9 times area, and their parent company just not having updated its total. Nintendo Switch will most certainly have a few more before it's all said and done, no doubt.
gotta be something
Beyond
pretty close.
impressive.
Didn't
he
Paul
said.
Gale also say something about the Switch 2 today? I saw.
I didn't. See
He was talking about as far as the gap power wise, that it would be closer than what the gap is between the Switch and the PS4. That's the way
we
he
have to
described
push.
it.
We have to push the PlayStation 4 and 2 down because he made a correction. No, excuse me, PlayStation 2 down 1. Correction, Game Boy is 7th, not PS2. Game Boy has 5 10 million plus games sold.
Dang.
So PlayStation 2 is actually number 8 on the list.
that's just crazy. So
Which is crazy because it destroyed everything units wise, console units wise, but again, software was not nearly as high.
GameCube
10
probably
plates
didn't
goes
have
to
any, did
PlayStation
it?
3. Oh, 10 plates goes to PlayStation 3 with 2 games that
And I'm
sold
guessing
10
the
million or plus.
GameCube probably
Only 2. That's
didn't
kind of
have any, did
surprising.
The GameCube didn't. I think the closest one was its highest selling game was Smash, which was like 7 something. So
That's kind of a shame.
Still, it's just like
Yeah.
the Switch will never be.
it's a system that sold 21 million units. I mean, to have a game that sells that much.
I don't know that.
Again, the
this will ever
attach rate
be
on Nintendo
repeated.
consoles is insane.
I don't know that this will ever be repeated. 20 plus 10 million. So,
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I think Nintendo can do it.
Because like, there's got to
Well,
be.
if somebody's going to do it, it's going to be Nintendo looking at this list. There's only,
Mhm.
I mean, the only way.
There's probably some games in the 18, 19 million or not 8
Right.
9 million range. I mean, right now that they could potentially
he may not be counting Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom on this, which was at 19 last time we checked. So
Well, that's 20. It's at 10. They're going 10 million over.
no, is it 10 million? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking 10 million.
So there's got to be. I know, like there's, I don't remember the last report, but I know that there's always some around the 7, 8, 9 million mark.
Yeah, there were a couple of 179.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, and I mean, I'm at the point now. I can't even try to argue the library discussion. Have the library argument.
It's over.
Yeah, we're not
It's
gonna
over.
have this conversation.
No.
We're not
Especially
doing it.
after the direct.
That's it
It's
now.
just like.
But I will say it's not fair. As far as that goes, because these other systems ain't been out 8 years, ain't been out as long. So it's a little unfair, but at the end of the day, Nintendo Switch's library is unmatched in the history of Nintendo. I hate to say it because
Why do you hate to say it?
Because
Because
I don't know.
it's not to your standard. That's what it is.
This
Yeah.
the one stain for me is always going to be the amount of ports they went with, and there's like Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Come on, and it barely looks any different. Yeah, it's sharper. In some ways, I think they did downgrade some of the.
There was a video about that. There are certain effects
Some
that were
choices they
downgraded.
made just don't look as good. I don't think. But,
No, there's a video covering it. There's like certain
Yeah.
effects that are missing.
yeah, I saw the video. Who did it? Was it?
that
I
shit
think it was
should-
Game Explained. I
That shit
thought.
should look
Explain.
like Tropical Freeze. There's no excuse for it.
They
Well,
kept saying that there is still time. The game is still in development.
Yeah.
So
the game doesn't come out until
Hopefully-
what, next year? I think.
January. It's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they could
But-
fix all the.
Just
That's what I
like
saw.
Tropical Freeze originally did, where it came out at the beginning of the following year.
Yeah, wow. I didn't even make that connection.
Because it came out like, what was it, February of like
'Cause,
2024?
I mean, I don't
It
mind.
got delayed.
Like, I don't mind that I own 3D World because I didn't have it physically. I have it on the Switch. But for a lot of people, these games they'll just be thought of as Switch games from, in the future forever. Like, some people, Mario Kart 8 will be a Switch game for most people. And it's like, yeah, that's not really, shouldn't bother me, but,
It
at
does.
the same time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it bothers me. It's just that when I say it's not fair, it's because of stuff like that where it's just okay. Well, a lot of these games were on the Wii U.
Or
Or Wii. And I don't mind it as much when it's a game on the Wii U specifically, because obviously they missed out on a lot of sales with that console, and the games are all great. They just didn't have the install
I never
base.
mind it from
sell
like a
it.
business standpoint. I just didn't.
Yeah,
like
I don't
the
mind
full
that at all.
price. The full price thing always kind
I
of.
do mind that. I do mind that.
The problem, well, I've said it before, but the Switch played a lot of catch up with like old gen third party. So like, it's unfortunately his library
Yeah, a
doesn't
lot of
seem as
7th gen.
yeah, a
Is
lot, but that was because Nintendo never got those consoles. It's crazy to think about it that like the first time Nintendo got access to things like BioShock and fucking Borderlands wasn't until this particular console, which is wild for something that's been out as long as it has. I mean, those games have been out for almost a decade. I think over a decade for some of those games.
Well, like what you're saying, to me, the Switch is the re-up console, right? So
Yeah.
I don't
Came back
mind
for
them.
that dub, fam.
I don't mind them like re-ing up on games that didn't sell. Is
And
it
especially if
the
it's like
potential
a
on the
trilogy,
Wii U?
like they gave a trilogy
Right.
or stuff, that's better value than just like an
But
individual
for me,
game.
there should be more GameCube games that that could get another shot. Again, use this opportunity of 140 million plus install base and trying to push out a Chibi Robo or stuff that these legacy games that Nintendo fans love. Heck, even like what's the In Space game? Where you possess shit.
Geist.
Yeah,
Geist.
guys.
Like Geist had doubly not a chance. Like it was on the GameCube and it came out in like 2005. Like when nobody
Mhm.
like whoever cared didn't even care at that point. So it's like that would be an awesome like game to bring over to the Switch.
That's the kind of
and
stuff
get a better
that
chance.
would have made more sense. Like,
Right.
it's
Heck,
gonna feel like a new game to like a lot of
It's
people.
Darkness. Let people get in on Eternal Darkness. I know a lot of the sanity effects are gonna be a little weird today. With the like, what did it have? What your TV doing? What is that shit called when you? when the lines and
Yeah,
shit.
like shit.
Like,
Yeah, on
that's not gonna make any sense.
VHS you had to like the dial, the
Yeah,
tracking and shit.
the tracking, like that's not gonna make a lot of sense to anybody if you weren't there at the time. So, but still a great game, great story. That would have been a really nice remaster. I think people would have went way crazy over
It's
something like
almost like
that.
the NES like mystery game. What the hell was the Japan only? There
Oh
was
yeah,
like
Famicom Detective Story.
yeah, and like Alive Alive. You know, bring back some games that
Mm-hmm.
didn't really have a chance. Now I
Make
don't
a lot of sense.
like again. I don't mind them saying, "Hey, we had these great games on Wii U. Now a lot of people played them." I just never liked the $60 price tag. I know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We said that, freaking podcast after podcast
and
about
now
that kind of stuff.
it's just part of the library. All these late ports like that may have came 5 years later. You know, it's just part of the library. You can't. It doesn't really matter. It's like the Wii U day one update. Remember, people made a big deal about that 45-minute update
Mm-hmm.
before you could use your system. 5 years later, no one gives a shit about a 45-minute update. You know, I feel the same
Because it
way
only
about
matters in that moment.
yeah,
It
late
didn't
ports
matter after that.
matter. But then now that years have passed, it's like these are just games on the Switch, and it's like
It's just hindsight. Hindsight 2020.
it's hard to deny, all the games that are on there, and not all of them run or look great, but they're there. It's
Not all of them should be there,
yeah.
especially if you look at the eShop. It's just
hmm
utter garbage on there.
Doesn't
Utter garbage.
I don't think Mortal Kombat 1 should have been there unless they fixed a lot. That game was
I know they've been patching it, but I don't think
trash.
I don't think it's great from what I've been
It's a
hearing.
lot better than it was.
Yeah, but
From
I
what
mean, it was
I've
pretty
It was, like,
bad. So
broken. Borderline
Yeah.
broken at launch, and so it'd be interesting to see that. We'll get into the direct, but on my phone, Stray looked pretty good on the Switch, but on my TV, I was like, whoa, they really cut
No,
that.
it's splotchy. I mean, it's
They cut that way
it's
down.
yeah, it doesn't have the same resolution.
On
That's
my
for sure.
phone though, I was like, damn, that looks pretty good. But then even like the cat model is reduced.
But again, your phone is comparable to the side of the Switch
Well,
screen,
half,
so
I have a small phone. Mine's like half this OLED.
Oh,
I got a Pixel
Oh,
8
okay.
regular, so it's pretty small. And so it is what it is. It's got a bunch of great games, and
I mean, it's an option, right? It's not
Yeah.
like this is the way you should play it. It's an option if that's the only console you have, and you're fine with the downgrade in graphics, which a lot of people are. Again, this graphical stuff that that gets touted by websites and like fanboy circles, it only matters to a small minority of gamers, and it's really important to us. But to most gamers, they don't give a shit. Does the game run? Can I play it? And is it a good price?
hmm
That's what they mostly care about. So
What's up, Sandstorm? We're talking about Switch's library. Just
Oh,
we use library.
yeah.
damn.
I used to try. Well, I still stand by like the first 4 years Switch first the entire 4 year life of the Wii U. I still think the Wii U.
Well, that's what I was comparing, and obviously the Switch has 3 extra years on that moment at this point. So,
Mhm.
agreed.
but yeah, I will still stand by that. But obviously,
What? That the Wii U has a better library?
first party.
I thought the first 4 years was Wii U's better than the Switch, or the 4 years of the Wii U is better than the first 4 of the Switch.
I get it.
Well,
I'm not gonna disagree with that statement.
2017 was phenomenal on Switch. It was just bang, 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 bang. Like that was the year that made the
If we're
Switch
going
what
first
it
4
is
years,
today.
I still think we need to give. I feel like 2017
I
and
wasn't saying it
2019
was
don't get
like-
enough credit.
A landslide. I think they were close, but I still felt like
No, yeah.
the Wii U,
Yeah.
because a lot of the Switch, in 2019 or 2018 and 2020 there was just a lot of ports.
And again, for
Oh,
me
well,
personally, this is a me personally thing. I'm adding in what even though there weren't that many, I would say maybe 4 games or so that I love playing the gamepad with. Like I love playing. I'm talking even third-party games like Deus Ex: Human Revolution was phenomenal in the gamepad. And again, not a lot of people bought that game, but for me, playing that on the Wii U was amazing to me. So. And even Splinter Cell, Blacklist, the gamepad stuff on that game was incredible, especially like Miiverse stuff. Like but I think a lot of people just didn't even touch. So that's on them. That ain't on me. I'm just talking about my perspective and what I thought. Using the
I just
gamepad
feel like
and
Nintendo, they even that first year was not much. And basically, in a 3 year span, they just pumped out a bunch of great games, and I just felt like, yeah, we didn't. There wasn't the third party stuff to fill in. There wasn't, some of the lesser, like the Switch got what, the Mario Tennis, and I think, was that the only sport game it got in the first
No,
4 years?
golf as
well,
well.
Well, golf
hold on,
came.
Switch didn't
Golf
get
was after that, after kind of that time frame, and
it didn't hit its third party stride right away either. I know.
yeah, remember we were
Forget that looking
talking
back on it.
first couple years
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot.
we were complaining about Capcom. We were complaining about a lot of people at that time.
EA,
that-
which
Right.
never showed up.
it was like,
Ubisoft,
where you guys
Ubisoft
at? Yeah.
didn't go in like they
Yeah,
did
right.
with the Wii U at launch.
I know we forget these things, but I remember like being upset with some of these third party. Like, why? I mean, look, this game system is selling. Where are you guys?
Was this also thinking about, because I'm trying to like go over my Wii U games, looking at a few of them. We had, you're right, we do have some bangers that are like hidden in there that I don't think about. But was did we get like Octopath? Was that all in the first
That was
4 years?
2019.
Yeah, that was in 2018, I believe.
2018, 2019. One of the
Yeah,
two.
it was.
Okay, so it
Yeah, I
was,
mean,
okay.
there was a few games like that. Obviously Wii U.
2018 was my least favorite year of Switch. Did we only get like
It was Mario
one
Tennis, Super
first
Mario
party game?
It was Mario Tennis, Super Mario
Oh.
Party, and Smash. That was
And
20.
Smash and December, which was basically 2019.
What
So-
about Fire Emblem? Was that 2020?
Yeah.
Which one?
Or that?
Yeah,
Three Houses.
Three Houses was
That's
like
Yeah.
20.
that was 2020.
What
Yeah,
about
2021 even.
No,
That's
I don't
it,
think it's
21.
2021.
before? I know it was before COVID. What about
So that'd be 2019 then.
what about Calamity?
That was 2021. Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Robert just
The
played
game-
that. Robert's in.
The game barely ran.
Robert's up to like late 2021 games, and he played Age of Calamity like a few months.
Yeah, Three Houses was 2019. and-
Did we get Arkham Collection? No. Well, yeah, kinda. We got Arkham Knight or Arkham City, not Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
We got
No,
Arkham
no,
City
we have
and
Arkham Knight.
Origins.
We got Arkham Origins. So no, we didn't get the trilogy or whatever.
And you didn't
Oh,
get the
on
Arkham
Wii U. Oh, you mean
Collection
on Wii U.
Switch to what, last year?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
late
last year.
And I still
And-
haven't seen. I watched one video and it didn't look very good for Arkham Knight. I didn't really.
Arkham Knight, no.
Arkham Knight runs like doo doo. I mean, that game doesn't run well on any platform.
Anything.
So you can imagine what it
You
would
have
do
to
on
like.
the Switch.
I feel like
And-
you have to overshoot it on PC for it to run okay.
Right.
And the first two games, like they were like the three. They didn't do really. It was basically just straight ports of the 360 version on the Switch.
No.
No.
The
No.
Arkham Knight. What's not Arkham? I keep saying
You
Arkham.
my city?
Arkham City was the enhanced port for the Wii U. It had all that. It had like
I'm talking about on
the.
Switch, out of the trilogy.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I think,
Yeah, I think it's the same.
They didn't like add any
Yeah.
kind of anything extra to like any visual extras or anything. I think it probably runs
No. Yeah, it was.
decently,
it was
but
pretty-
yeah, there was a lot of those like decent but not great ports. Like the BioShock trilogy, it was fine. There was no major issues, but it's not like you were getting much. You weren't getting any kind of enhancement. You weren't getting any kind of like the Switch. Obviously, they were just using it. It had working handheld and work dock. They weren't doing anything, which is fine. I mean, those games don't need. It'd be cool to have gyro aiming in some of those games. Some of the first-person games and stuff would have been cool, but there's a lot of bare minimum kind of efforts. But at the end of the day, games Nintendo systems have never seen, franchises have never been on. There's a lot of first time on Nintendo type games from Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim was in what, 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2017. I'm looking at a couple of these. I don't know. It's close. It's
Yeah, Arkham.
close.
Arkham. Skyrim. Cause I just talked about that in my video. Skyrim. Frick.
Did
I was
Doom
just
on
over.
16?
Wolfenstein,
It is.
Wolfenstein
I got
2,
the list. I got the list.
and Skyrim,
It's,
Wolfenstein 2, and Doom were like the big games coming from Bethesda.
Res-
Bethesda,
Resident-
Bethesda never really had games on Nintendo, so that was a big deal.
Right, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
LA
And so
Noir
I had to
came
support-
on.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
Came in 2017 too.
I don't know, like
What's that?
LA Noir.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that game kind of
I
I
came
wasn't
and
really
went to me.
counting like late ports that are coming like at the. I was just it's like, oh, that's not fair, but at the same time, it's like, who cares? Like LA Noir had seen its.
Like nobody cared about
No.
LA Noir when it came out the first time.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't care about it the second time.
No,
It's like, yeah,
really?
it's there.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, the game did
Resident-
not sell well. And that studio
there,
got
but
closed.
It was like, oh my god, this makes the Switch library so much better.
It didn't sell well, and the studio got
You
closed.
bring up that game, then I bring up, got, whether you like them or not, you got 2 Assassin's Creed games on the Wii U. You got the Need for Speed Most Wanted, which was a great port. Other than the analog trigger, missing the analog triggers kind of hurt it a little bit. Wii U had
It did got someone mentioned
Rayman
Devil's
Legends,
Turd.
even though it went multi-plat.
Yeah, there's
Um,
Resident Evil.
Don't be disrespecting Devil's
Collection.
Turd, man. That's
Revelation.
schlocky fun right there.
You
That's-
listen. You disrespect Devil's Turd.
I mean, and the Wii U had the best Xenoblade Chronicles game, so
that
Nah, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You're never gonna fucking.
objectively
opinion-
right. Objectively right.
You need objectively. You're wrong. The fuck. We have,
Although I
we
haven't
have,
played-
we
I haven't
almost
played-
have 3 of the main lines. Pick your
finished 3 yet.
poison.
See, RetroDeath did a video where he was counting like, oh, the Wii U only had, or we had Xenoblade Chronicles, and the Switch had Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So you can't count Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That was a Wii game. Just because it got ported to Switch, you can't like
I mean, you can.
Doc
I did
that
have 2 and
against
3.
the Wii.
Sure, you can.
No, you
It's like-
can. What?
It's like, oh, the Wii U got Splatoon. Well, the Wii U got, or the Switch got Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. Well, the Wii U got a new IP, and then the Switch got sequels.
Right. That's where I also draw that's why I also draw my lines. Like new IP for that console. What
Yeah,
what
that's bad.
defines that console? Right.
Yeah,
And that was a big part. That's a big part of my decision making
Mario
when it comes
Maker.
to versus those systems.
And
Mario Maker.
and
Splatoon.
the Wii U brought back an IP that we've been waiting for, and it still hasn't come to the Switch and Star Fox.
That's true.
Yeah, it's nobody's
I
favorite
enjoyed
Star
the game. I'm
Fox.
not gonna say it's like I'm not gonna say it's like a 10 out of 10, but I
It's
thoroughly
fine.
enjoyed that.
That's what
I'll
enjoyed
say.
that game.
I had fun.
I
My
really
biggest
got-
problem again, it's another remake of Star Fox.
Yeah.
That's my
I really
biggest
enjoyed
problem.
the aiming, the dual screen stuff. Yeah, and there was a few levels, there was a few gameplay modes, and
But by that logic, you should also give Switch credit for Metroid then. Because
Oh yes,
you didn't
but
get
at the time,
Yeah,
Switch didn't
true.
have any. Last time I made this argument was before Metroid Dread came out, so
We
it was
also
2020.
had-
At 2020, I stopped making the argument.
Yeah, of course, I got you.
2016 also had both Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Pokken Tournament.
Yeah, and if
both
it,
are- both
and
are
the other
good
argument
games.
was if the Wii U had
Wait,
been a
what-
failure. If the Wii
What'd
U
you say?
hadn't-
Hold on. No, Terrell mumbled something. I want to.
Did he?
We
Listen,
wanted to
listen.
get it out. We wanted to get it out.
Listen, I enjoy both of those games. It's kind of hard to call those W's considering like
Would you
nobody
rather
was
me-
happy. Nobody
dare
was
you,
happy
sir.
with Tokyo Mirage
dare you.
Sessions.
Would
As
you
much as I
rather
love the
me have said,
game, nobody was happy about Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I wanted to be stated, okay?
Mirage Sessions was the expectations because of what they called it at
Mhm.
first. But the game itself is great. It was my
Yeah,
game of
it's
the
a
How many
great
people
game.
even
It's-
remembered that's on the Switch like years ago. That came to the Switch.
Yeah.
would
Because
you
people
that
didn't
was-
like it because it was just the same
Uh,
version as the Wii U version. And they
What did you
hated it.
say, Sandstrom?
It was lesser though.
I said, would you have rather me have said Color Splash?
Uh,
Oh wow! I
nobody's
think people
favorite
objectively
paper.
acknowledge like Origami King's the better Paper Mario. So
Oh, the worst Paper Mario is
Sticker Star.
Sticker
the
Star?
3DS one. Sticker Star is the worst. It really is.
no, that's fair. I wouldn't debate that.
The thing is, it's the highest selling one.
I think that's what makes the fans angry about it. It sold so well for it to be such a lackluster Paper Mario experience.
It's only reason it sold that well is because it is Mario on a handheld. It said Mario on the box, and it was a handheld game, and that's why it sold so well. Because the game itself is not very good, not very memorable. The
No,
characters are
I
super
don't think
bland.
it's bad. It's just bland. I think it's the
Super
biggest problem.
bland. Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like really fucking bland, which is why people are excited about Mario and Luigi.
Nintendo Land, Mario Maker, Captain Toad. I don't know why he put 1-2 Switch on there.
Captain
Ring
Toad.
Fit. Oh, what is it?
Captain Toad was.
Oh, he's listed all the new like IP experimental type games in the last 2 generations. So Nintendo Land, Mario Maker, Captain Toad, 1-2 Switch, Ring Fit.
You do have to give him credit for Ring Fit.
Labo, Arms, Mario Kart Live. What about?
How dare you, sir? How dare you forget about Amiibo Fest?
What about Hyrule Warriors?
I forgot about Amiibo Fest. What the fuck? Put that shit back in the box.
Hyrule Warriors.
You took that out of the box, Steve?
Pokemon Rumble coming.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, shut up. No, bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Wait a minute. There is no time out. When we talk about experimental, there is nothing that trumps Labo. Please believe.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
experimental doesn't mean
That is experimental. I'm not saying it's great, but it is experimental.
It's experimental.
Labo, and I would even throw in Mario Kart Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's experimental as
Did it
F.
sell at least 1 million? I thought.
Yeah, it
This
sold a
was
million.
also when they
Look at
dropped
those.
the RC Mario Kart. Make your
That's
own.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mario
okay,
Kart Live
okay,
Circuit.
yeah,
Mario
yeah,
Kart Live Circuit.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Ain't nobody bought it
I
shit,
feel
but
like
it's sweet.
that was like VR. It's cool the first 20, 30 minutes, and you're like, all right, well,
Yeah,
Paint-
that's so. That's
But once you're playing it, it's fun. It's
not
Mario
like-
Kart.
I mean, unless you got like a really huge house with like
You gotta have
a
room for
bunch
that
of
shit. You know?
variation, you're gonna be racing the same type of, and the actual speed of the. I mean, it has to be pretty slow. Anybody that's used RC cars, it's
Well, you're not
impossible
paying
to control.
attention to your car. You're looking at the
That's true.
Switch screen. You know, you're not like, oh my god, look how slow that's just going by.
But if they went fast, somebody who owned RC cars, like you can't control
Right.
those things. It had to be.
Yeah, it ain't like that.
Um,
It's just funny as hell to see like my dog and my cat
what did
react to that
NES
shit
Remix come out
as it's
on?
driving by.
Was that on
that
Wii U
was. No, yeah, that was Wii U.
Yeah, that was weird.
and 3DS?
Yeah, Wii U.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like Nintendo had to try something, and the games didn't feel rushed like with the GameCube. Like Nintendo had to get the
Mhm.
games out, but they didn't come out feeling rushed and incomplete, or they didn't
They were
have to
coming off the Wii. They weren't worried.
cut content. But they did push Zelda U. If Breath of the Wild would have been Wii U only, and then Nintendo didn't get the first like Switch Zelda game till this year, last year, that would have
Oh.
been
I
a
almost wish
huge.
it was.
That would have been huge, like a negative for the Switch. I don't think it would have helped the Wii U a whole lot.
Well,
Might have sold a couple more million.
I'm gonna take that back because I don't know what it was because that was a huge reason the Switch sold in the beginning was Breath of the Wild. So, you take that out of the equation, we might not be here with 150 mil.
No.
Yeah, no, not
So-
at all. That's interesting. You said 19 was a good year, right?
It was,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
was a good
19 was
year.
good.
Yeah, I'm like looking at the list. You got
19 was good.
it,
Luigi's
Was that
Mansion
Luigi's
3,
Mansion 3?
Chain,
Yeah.
That was like my
Astral
favorite.
Chain.
I don't know. Did y'all see
Marvel
that?
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate
Question,
Alliance
did
3.
you-
People
Yeah,
forgot about
Ultimate
that
Alliance
shit.
3. Did y'all see that tweet where people were like, people keep saying that Metroid Prime 4 was running on Switch on the new Switch.
I don't know where that came from.
Have obviously never seen Luigi's Mansion 3 before, and I'm like,
Luigi's Mansion 3. How about Metroid Prime Remastered? You didn't see that shit
Yeah, 'cause-
because I was looking at. I was like, oh, see, this is what I was expecting because after Prime Remastered, I'm like, yeah, this is comparable.
But
This is
people
what I
are
thought
using
they would be
30
able to pull.
FPS games as their argument. Like those games, that's 30 FPS. They're hitting 60
Right.
with Metroid Prime 4. That's a whole different achievement.
Right,
there.
Switch 2 need to have some 60 frame per second. Like you can't, those aren't the ones.
And
I'm looking
again-
at, I'm like,
Metroid Prime
go ahead.
4 on my Pixel 8 looked like a next gen Metroid. I was like, holy shit, this is Switch.
yeah,
2.
I was surprised by most people's reaction talking about Switch
But
2.
when
I'm like,
even on the 120
have you
inch,
played some games?
but I
on
think that's a
Switch?
credit. I think that's a credit to retro,
it
right?
still looked
Right,
good.
definitely.
Yeah.
But it definitely looked like a Switch game once I saw it on a big screen.
Yeah, see the resolution and some of the environments
The
and whatnot. I was
effects,
like,
you
yeah,
know, they're,
I like how we had to get into the once I blew it up,
the
then it kind of looked like
the
it looked
Space
like a Switch
Pirates aren't,
game. to
like
me.
intricately more detailed than they were. They're more detailed than they
juice.
were in
I
Prime.
thought so right from the beginning.
I'm
right away, I
not-
was like,
That's what I said.
Oh,
I
he
said,
got- he
I
got
said-
Switch too?
I literally said,
Now it looks like.
I can't trust my phone because I can take a
Oh.
picture with my phone, or I can record video of my projector screen, and then my phone somehow makes it look like the most brightest,
Yeah.
colorful HDR image you ever seen in your life. So,
Oh, and by the way, on what planet would Nintendo show a Switch 2 game in the middle of?
Right.
They ain't trying to deal with that smoke.
Right.
With people asking them questions all the time about that, like
Because you know
they
what's
would
gonna
never
happen in
done
the
it.
aftermath. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen.
that was
Like
Switch
that,
2 footage.
clearly
Oh, I
wasn't
was
Switch.
expecting much more.
Right.
Oh Lord.
yeah, if they would have showed a Switch 2, if it would have been possibly Switch 2 footage, it still they wouldn't have shown it unless it's coming to Switch 1. They
Right.
wouldn't have shown a Switch 2 only game.
Especially in the
Because,
direct
you know-
where they openly said they weren't going to talk about Switch sequel anything.
especially that. I mean,
Right.
and we're pretty
That
savvy
doesn't mean like
gamers, and
you know,
we
they
know that something's off there. That's
when they
not.
showed
there's
Breath
no
of the
way
Wild
that's
the
on
first
Switch.
time, it was the Wii U version when it was at
Right.
E3's in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
He was
So-
sitting there with a gamepad and playing it.
Yeah, but I mean, even before, like some people were saying, I don't know, this Switch or Wii U. And it's not like the Wii U and Switch versions were that different. They're just a little bit sharper. So yeah, we might as well start talking about the Direct because I was not expecting. I kept saying Mario Party would be the biggest game, and they did have a Mario Party, but it
was so
wasn't the biggest
funny.
game.
They also had Donkey
We
Kong.
making fun of RPGs, and it was like RPG
Yeah,
after
there was a lot of
RPG.
RPGs, but
Hey man,
somehow,
listen, we live our lives, bro.
somehow
Right.
We
the in between games, I wasn't like rolling my eyes like normal, except that one farming. It looked like a monster.
We don't talk about that. All right, bring it.
Pikmin,
Don't bring it up.
Monster Hunter
Farming
farming
game.
game.
Please
that
don't bring it
looks
up.
Terrible.
Listen, people make mistakes, okay?
That looked like I want to
We
say
apologize for the inconvenience.
that looked like a pre-alpha build of that game. If it,
Damn it, I knew Jesus
Damn.
don't have a
Damn.
field
He
day.
wasn't gonna stop.
but
I
Forza,
knew-
out of the other stuff, I'm like, man, that maybe not my type of game, but that looks cool. That looks cool. I kept saying that, and then you get the
and you don't usually do that.
no. Usually I'm
I
just
do.
like,
I do like that Mio game, Juice. I
I
thought
mean,
that
it
was,
looks great, but they didn't show much in his 2025, so who knows, what the
Which one was that? Was that the side-scrolling adventure
that's,
game with the cool art style?
The
Ori
one with
type
the
game.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks cool, but we'll see. It's by the time that game comes out, we'll see what they actually pull off. But it looked cool.
Hopefully,
I like the art
hopefully,
style.
what's the game I'm thinking of? That we've all been waiting for.
What's
That we
up,
see-
What?
hipsters?
Silk Song.
Silk Song, yeah. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Silk Song doesn't come out at the same
I saw a
time.
thing about that today. Was there new news about Silk Song? I just saw a
Not to
headline.
my knowledge.
They must
Maybe
have-
somebody's
they must
maybe somebody's
have, like,
clickbaiting
went
me
back to
in.
the drawing board with that game. Last time we saw it was Xbox 2020, 2021. Forget which
Yeah,
one.
Xbox. Why was that the last time we saw it?
And I have a feeling like they pulled a Breath of the Wild and they came up with something. And they're like, shit, we got to do this, and they just knew it was going to push the game back.
Yeah, that Looney Tune game.
The Looney
Don't,
Tunes-
That shit
don't do
looks-
it.
Keep
Don't do it.
That looks. I thought
I was so
Yeah.
sad when I saw it. And I was like, "Yep,
Don't say that. Don't say that.
this is life we live in now."
Don't do it, Juice. Don't say
What?
that.
I don't know.
It actually what?
I thought it
Don't
looked
be part of the
alright.
problem. Be the solution.
What was wrong with it?
It
Everything.
looked ashy to me. That's all.
You look like
I
someone
can't-
beat it with like
Yeah,
fake ass
wow.
watercolors.
I know what the Looney
Okay.
Tunes look like, and then I saw that, and I was like, no, they don't quite look right.
Okay, then what about what's
I thought you were gonna bring up the Hello Kitty game, honestly.
Yeah, that one
What
was
about,
definitely like that was a.
Hey, you gotta have games like that
Yeah.
too.
what
I'm
about
not.
Wii
I'm not
Sports?
mad at it, but I knew people were gonna bring. I figured that'd be
Oh,
something just
yes.
to get just to
Wii
make fun of.
Sports, excuse me, Switch Sports
Or,
with
yeah,
the basketball. That was
I'm
like cool to
surprised
me.
that-
looks
I
like
was
a cool
surprised to get an
mode. It's
update
like-
from that.
Yeah, it's like that. If that was there at launch, it might have been
That was cool.
a little more intriguing. I don't
I
know.
can
think
actually
this
use my
Looney
Wii
Tunes game
remotes
looks
from
fine.
something
I
more
think
than throwing them.
All right. Come get these ankles broken. Come get these.
So what do you guys?
Don't get
What do you
these,
guys
ah.
think when you first saw the? I thought we're getting a new 3D Mario game with an amazing art style. When I first saw that,
Oh no, I knew
I
No.
mean,
That looked like
with
Mario and Luigi,
that
not Scream.
art style was
Luigi.
really
Right. I was like, that's Mario and Luigi. I was just trying to figure out, if you watch my,
I watched
my
it.
stream or whatever, I was just trying to figure out was that a remake or not, because it looked very much like
I'm
Mario
talking
and
like
Luigi.
the first 5 seconds, I was like, man, I like Odyssey. Don't get me wrong, but that to me, this style feels like it would be for me. It'd be more exciting as a 3D Mario game, the Mario and Luigi style, kind of that.
With more detail, maybe.
Yeah,
the
but
detail-
that reminded me of like not exactly like Yoshi's Island, but just a little more stylized, like three-dimensional, cartoony look. I don't know. I think it looks
Mhm.
great. I'm watching it right now. The opening cinematic.
I was gonna say, how many times did you watch it? Because most of the people that I saw, that they were happy to have a Mario and Luigi game. They were surprised because that studio got shuttered.
Yeah, I'm just talking about.
Yeah, we
opening,
lost that studio. I'm like, let's go. We fucking out
Yeah.
here.
That's the best thing about it. But most people were like, I'm not sure about the art style. I'm not sure about the visual.
I've heard
the
varying
game,
opinions.
The game itself, I mean, it looks nice. It's not like, but that opening cinematic, like to me, if that was like a full 3D game with that.
Well, they could definitely do that.
I was like, damn, that looks cool. But I also got like It Takes Two vibes a little bit from this. I don't know if there's gonna be that type of cooperative stuff in like puzzle solving. But
Well, it's called Brothership. You would
I
think.
was like, man, they're
Right.
is this gonna be like It Takes Two kind of where you have to play as a maybe not have to, but the co-op experience is gonna be like great for people. So that was my first impression. Now
I think what's my favorite one? Dream Team. Like Dream Team does that kind of stuff where It Takes Two type of stuff in certain segments. So it's
I'm gonna
possible.
guess this wasn't like a huge budgeted game, but I mean, I think it looks solid. I thought it was a good way to start.
How are you discerning the budget?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I'm gonna for Nintendo. I'm guessing this isn't like upper tier for them.
What the fuck is upper tier? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Whatever the upper tier of Nintendo's budget, I have no idea the amount their upper tier is. But
well, I'm sure it's different now.
If it's 50 million or 10 million, I don't know. But I'm thinking, but it still looks. I mean,
it's not on the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom tier.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
it's not 3D Mario tier. It's not.
I like the one T said it
Mario
better.
Kart 9's budget. Yeah. But it's the type of game.
He said it with a good voice.
It was more along the type of game I was thinking for the new games that would be potentially shown. So it was.
It's probably on a Origami King type of budget, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, I would say I don't know the exact. Or there's a bunch of RPGs like from that game. There was like 3.
It was so funny.
Just,
I started counting them. I was like,
there was a lot.
Oh my god!
But
I don't have time for this. These are great. It's great. I'm glad.
That was the point we were making on the last week's
That's
podcast.
the point we made on the podcast. Like
so
you said, I don't have time for all these RPGs.
It's like, how can anyone?
They overcompensated for what happened on Wii U. It was like, goddamn, you overshot it. I'm here for it. I'm happy because there's again there's 140 million Switches out there. Somebody gonna play them games,
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Not everybody's gonna play every RPG, even if you're an RPG fan. So it's something for everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
I actually played the Octopath 2 demo the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
Downloaded forever, and I mean, it was interesting. I said play for 3 hours, but after like 40 minutes, I got to the end where it's, you can continue to explore. Well, there's not a lot to explore on the.
Doesn't it transfer over to the full game?
But I thought I'd just be able to play for 3 hours and then it would stop me. No, it stopped me as soon as I beat the boss. It's cool. Like.
Oh, okay. So it gives you, it's like an either or thing.
There's a few
3 hours or you beat the boss.
Yeah, and then you can just keep like exploring, I guess, and leveling up. I guess if you wanted to grind, just take on same enemies over and over. It was fine. I wasn't like blown away by it or anything, but I like the art style. Just sometimes in that game, I don't remember Octopath 1. It's been a while since I played the demo. I kept wanting to turn the camera a little bit. It's like, can I go back here? Like, it's just kind of a weird. Obviously, the environments are.
No, I can feel that.
Yeah,
You'll get that way sometimes with that game.
Yeah.
And
it's like a damn diorama, and you're like, damn, I can't move the camera at all. Fuck.
AB James, I think he asked a good question. Will Lego Horizons Adventures sell better on the Switch? I'm gonna say yes.
That would crack me up.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely going to.
I wanted to sell better than the Horizon series, just for the comedy of it all.
I don't
That's
see
too
that.
much.
I see like a 1 to 2 million.
I
Yeah.
forget how much is Horizon sold so far?
The first game
Again-
was like 10 million, I think.
It's not fair again because those are games that get packed in.
And plus, that one got a quick price cut, and it was $20.
And it got a price drop
After
like
2
a
years,
mother.
it was $20 for
Yeah,
the rest.
$20.
But it was amazing, man. Come on.
Honestly, though, like I was
I like
just
the Horizon games.
I'm looking
but,
at the gameplay of the Lego Horizon, and it doesn't look like the typical Lego stuff where you just breaking.
No, and I think
It
that's
looks like
because
um,
whoever the team is, what's the team?
it's a different team than the normal. They're using apparently Unreal Engine 5, and it's the
Okay.
first
Are they?
Lego game that all the environments, everything you see is made out of Lego bricks. All the other games had more realistic kind of backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
the backgrounds would be different.
I think
Like
it looks.
Lego City on the cover
I
had
think it looks
like
really fun. I mean, for a co-op game, it's kind of a kind of a beat 'em up ish style. I'm like out of all the Lego games, this at least looks more interesting. I don't know that.
well, all the Lego games are kind of hacky slashy beat 'em up type games for the most part.
So we'll see. But I
With some
definitely,
light puzzle elements.
yeah, it just looks more of an adventure kind of thing, and I think it looks pretty good actually. The Switch
Yeah.
version looked way better than I expected it to.
I always I always perk up for Lego games. They're fun.
My kids definitely want to pick it up.
I'd get the PS5 version, but it still looks surprisingly good on.
I'm gonna get it on my Steam Deck.
Oh,
Sorry, Nintendo Switch, but
That
that's
would
the
be one
version
that
I'm gonna
probably
get.
look really good in handheld. I think it would probably look amazing in handheld.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of what's the Lego Star Wars trilogy, the recent one.
Mhm.
It looks phenomenal on Steam Deck. So
The Lego 2K racing game looked really good on the PS5, but kind of lost its luster. None of the gameplay stuff.
the Lego DLC stuff that comes for Horizon and shit.
That looked
Those shit always look awesome.
the PS5 version of Lego Horizons. It literally looks. I wouldn't say it looks as good as like the Lego movie, but it just literally looks like real Lego bricks. In real Lego environments. The Switch version doesn't quite capture that because it doesn't have like the same amount of reflections and lighting, but it still looked really good.
Yeah, it's still gonna look good on Switch. So,
and it'll be technically, I think it'll be the first and only Unreal Engine 5 game if it's confirmed. That was just Digital Foundry's guess. Was that what they were using?
I thought
unless they came out and
thought,
said it.
Oh yeah, Unreal Engine 5. I'm thinking.
Yeah, unless they can.
I'm thinking of.
I don't know if they can convert it to 4 for Switch, but the Switch technically, I guess, supports 5. So it'd probably be the only one.
Hopefully, it's not as blurry as Woolly Yoshi's. What was it
Oh
called?
my god.
Not Woolly World. Was it
Woolly
Woolly World?
Crafted
World. I was
Crafted
gonna say
It
Woolly
had
World is a
Craft
good
World
one.
had a few moments that looked good, but overall it just had this soft look.
It's very soft.
Yeah, Fortnite. They switched it to Unreal 5 even on the Switch.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I remember them saying that. Yep.
That game is so transformed. I saw some footage of a guy just flying around.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like the same game anymore.
That's why it's still relevant because they evolve it. It's like you
somebody
can't.
was like flying around as Iron Man and just landed, and somebody else was another superhero, and it's just like it just looks like a fun sandbox.
Sandbox now.
Like,
Look at that.
crazy.
Look at that. We were saying the same word. Look at that.
So anyway,
That was intentional. Y'all so clever.
I'm gonna be able to finally play my first Marvel versus Capcom game. I'm planning on getting that
Man,
getting
if you
I
didn't
can't believe that
stream when you
shit.
saw that announcement, what's wrong with you, bro?
And you like
That's
fighting games? Am I wrong about that? I thought you.
Yeah, I don't buy like I wasn't sitting there
It's for the
buying every
culture,
Street Fighter
man.
game. I like
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I played that for a long time. You know, like
It's for the culture.
I didn't know there was. I remember the X-Men versus Street Fighter, but I don't know if I ever played one. And then you got
Sorry, Xbox, you won't get none.
That's a little surprising. I thought they at least put it on Xbox.
Right. For all I knew, it was only coming to Switch. I didn't know any other.
No, it's on PlayStation.
It's on PlayStation 4. So
Yeah, that's a weird
So it works
choice.
on PS5.
it has to do with the engine. The engine. That's what the people were saying. That's why it's not on
So
Xbox.
it was an engine thing to where the fucking Switch can do it, but not the
Somehow
Xbox.
the Switch can do it, but the Xbox can't.
That's a little surprising.
That's still weird. So can you still play it on 5 via backwards compatibility?
Yeah, that's how you're playing it. If you're going to play it on your PS5.
And
Well, I
not
don't think
like
it's
you
not
get-
physical anyway, right? It's just a digital release, isn't it? Or is it physical?
Oh, it's got to be physical. I would
we mean
assume
it's got
that.
it. Listen,
Yeah, I don't know.
It's physical. I would
it's
assume
physical,
it's physical.
do you know how much money
And there would be
made if it's physical?
there'd
bro?
probably be zero difference between PS5 and or PS4 and Switch. Like it's an arcade, looks like a pixel perfect.
I'm gonna
arcade.
say I guarantee, like it may not come out initially as physical, but there will be a physical copy at some point later, because they do that a lot. It seems like where it's just like they'll release the digital version and then later they'll drop a physical. I guarantee you there will be a physical copy of this game.
You guarantee?
I guarantee it.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
It's a brand. You guarantee it. You stand by it.
I stand by it. I
You're a
guarantee
man of
it.
your word, I hear.
Other than that,
Just a-
didn't Capcom have one other thing, or was it just that? I
Uh,
think there's another. Oh, Ace Attorney.
oh, the Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright
I'm
collection.
Lenny Wright. Look, Lenny
Was it
Wright says
Phoenix Wright? I
PS4
thought it
is
was Ace
physical
Yeah, Phoenix
in
Wright.
Europe.
Which we
Physical in
finally got
Europe.
that game that was stuck in Japan. Another one.
What was it? Because Robert said there was gonna be an Ace Attorney game.
It's Ace Attorney Investigations. It's the Miles Edgeworth spin-off games, and we only
Oh,
got
yeah.
the first one, and then we never got the second one in the States. So this is the first time we'll be getting both games in the States. And with that, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't see any more Phoenix Wright unless it's a new game, because I know people are mad. Motherfuckers are like, damn, it's like they release one of these every other year. I'm like, no, you're just getting collections, bro. You don't
But
understand.
I so don't like this whole let's remaster these old games because it brings down my collection's value.
You don't like
they
it because of your finance, because of your stock
They
investment.
remaster these damn games, especially games that were on the Sega Saturn and shit. And I'm like, damn, you bringing down the value
My
of
money.
my collection, bro.
Not my money.
Not that I'm gonna sell this shit, but
Touch anything but my money.
I like that my
Yeah, what was what
value
game
side.
were people saying that about? Was it Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or something?
It's-
Marvel's Capcom 2 would do that too.
Marvel Capcom
like
2
there's
is
another
Remember,
game
expensive.
Marvel was
people were
stuck on the PS3 with that digital thing. You
Yeah.
could... Oh yeah, Juice, you never played Tatsunoko. You didn't have no
No,
fun.
that
bro.
was Wii, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird. I have that game. I fucking
Man,
love
that game is
That's
great.
coming
Give me a
next.
What
give
controller
me a
do you play that
motherfucking
with?
sequel today.
That's coming next.
You play
You
that
play
with,
that
like,
with
a GameCube?
the classic
Yeah, you play with your
controller.
GameCube controller.
Or GameCube, yeah.
It was culture. The
It
problem
came
is
with
no
I
one
remember
know.
we
The problem
watched-
is no one
looked
knew
up
about
footage of it. That game
Tatsunoko.
looked great.
Yeah.
released with a
It's
joystick.
so good. It's such a good game.
I'm thinking about buying.
Uh,
I was thinking
who
about
has
buying a
was
fight
jealous
stick.
about?
Huh?
A fight stick. It released with a fight stick. Tatsunoko
Oh,
versus
somebody
Capcom.
has it. I
Rob.
fucking saw
It was Rob
Rob.
too. It was Rob.
that
Yeah.
shit. Look
Oh, yeah.
immaculate. I was like,
I
oh
was
my
so
god.
excited.
I was like, bitch, where you get this from?
The whole
Let
team
me-
on it, the whole roster.
It's just making fun of me because
I was thinking about buying a
Is that one
fight
of my-
stick for
It's like my
Street Fighter
collection.
6. So I guess if I had a fight stick, then I would just get the PS.
I'm not confident enough in my abilities, let alone a fight stick.
You know, I remember the arcade times. Ain't much changed.
I definitely am a D-pad guy though when it comes to Street Fighter. I have way more hours on it than I have with an arcade stick.
I don't know. Well,
I could play. I could play with it. I mean,
are you adding up like being in the arcade? Because I was in the arcade every weekend, every Saturday morning. It was a crowd.
did you step in the arcade, man?
I was in
So-
the arcade, but not near the amount of time we spent playing the Super NES game, fighting games, Mortal Kombat 2,
Mhm.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Killer Instinct.
Mm.
After that, though, I took along Soul Calibur was like the next fighting game I bought. Obviously, that's 3D. Didn't use the D-pad, but
You could if you wanted to. There was just
Probably.
no point.
Yeah, but then you got to press double down to move.
so what else?
You got your port. We didn't talk about your
We
port.
got Stray
Which
was
one?
the late port kind of.
We get
Donkey
the Legend of
Kong.
Zelda double pack. Did I miss that? Oh
No.
no, we didn't get that shit.
We finally
We
got
got
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country Returns, HD, I guess. It's sharper, it's cleaner, but
It's HD. It's HD.
that's
It's clean.
That's
It's
about
HD.
it.
I want it just to be like it's HD only in name.
I mean, I'm
No, it's
assuming
clean. I
It'll
saw
be
comparisons.
it'll be clean. There's no jaggies compared to the Wii version. That's gonna be 1080 for sure. But
But I'm good with my Wii version. I'm good. It's all good.
yeah, it's not like must have.
I ain't gotta run out and get
I
that.
wonder what they're charging for that. I didn't look.
But that's gonna be 60. You believe that?
I don't think did the pre-orders go up for it yet? I
Yeah,
didn't think the
probably.
pre-orders went up.
Well, that's January, so maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think the pre-orders came up for it.
So Switch isn't gonna get ain't gonna get an original Donkey Kong game, man. That's just.
I mean,
That's
what
sad.
kind of? I figured I thought we were past that. I'll be real with you.
And the GameCube barely got one, so.
Oh, we count that? Are we counting that?
It's
got
a
two.
side-scrolling platformer.
I mean, fine, but you
We count
know.
it now. Come on now, we ain't doing that.
Was it we who got all that?
We're not doing that. Huh?
Listen. I'm just asking a question. I'm trying to let you educate
Jungle
me. sir.
Beat is a reach enough of a reach to be, it is a platforming side-scrolling Donkey Kong
Yeah.
game. It ain't no country game, but
Do
it's
we
a
do
Donkey
we
Kong game.
approve of it? Is a
Wii
better
U
question.
had Tropical Freeze,
I
right?
had a great
Yeah.
time with it. All 5
I'm
hours
saying,
of it.
Wii U had-
Oh, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
It was a great demo.
Oh wow. D. I knew that was
I
coming.
love
It's
it
all right.
because of the peripheral. I love the barrel. You get the bongos and
barrel
whatnot.
roll.
Could you just like press like in the center of them instead of slapping it?
Yeah, you didn't have to slap it, but
I
you
mean,
slap
why
your-
would you not? The fuck?
Because that'd make
slap
your
it.
hands
It's,
sore.
it's quicker, and your hand, but your hands get hurt from the fucking clapping all the time.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
have to clap the jump and shit. Like this is, what the fuck? That's where your pain came from. All that damn clapping. I think you probably can get around it by yelling or some shit, but that's also weird.
I think you could actually. I think they still use those fucking bongos now. It's crazy. Some of these Nintendo peripherals never die, bro. Even when they stop getting supported, motherfuckers just find a way.
Every once in a while.
Durability is on a different level.
The funniest shit is if you look it up, you can see them play Kingdom Hearts with the bongo drums and do a fucking.
It's a controller. You can do some weird
Yeah,
shit. With it,
motherfuckers like I'm just proving the point. And then you're
I
doing
never
way more
thought
proving
about
the
that,
point.
plugging it into the GameCube adapter.
You
Oh,
could,
yeah.
and people did. I just thought motherfuckers were doing too much. That was my problem.
So let's talk about Metroid Prime 4 now because we kind of
Wait,
brought
wait,
it up
we
earlier.
didn't-
I'm
Oh,
full.
did we?
We're not
What? What about
We're just
Zelda?
jumping ahead. We're just jumping ahead because we brought
What
it up
about
earlier.
Zelda,
Yeah,
man?
okay.
We're not
in
done. This
order
ain't
or
the end.
anything.
This
You
ain't the
mentioned
end of-
Metroid. That sounds like the
'cause we
end.
already talked about the how it
You want to
looked
bring
and
up
stuff earlier.
Zelda?
No
We're
love
talking
for Zelda.
about Prime 4 right now because
Jesus
we're talking about
Christ,
Retro
man.
Studios. We're talking about
The game's
Donkey
woke.
Kong. Now we're going to Metroid Prime.
I feel like I feel like this is
We already
disrespecting
talked
the
about
lady.
it. Like we already brought it
The
up.
first
earlier.
one of the first ladies of gaming. This is disrespectful, bro. I'm just saying.
So I was not expecting it. I did not think they were going to show it.
I was. I said they had to. They didn't. They can kiss my ass. I knew they had
Not
to
surprised it's
show something.
2025.
No.
But yeah, it looks good. I mean, it definitely looks above
Looked very
even
good.
Metroid Prime Remastered. So
Mm-hmm.
Like the HUD.
it looks
like the
very
music.
like I forget who pointed out. Gameplay wise, it's very sticking very true to the Metroid Prime 1. Like from what they showed,
Mhm.
there might be some other things, but what they showed is basically Metroid Prime.
They showed you Metroid Prime scanning
The
and
double
blasting.
scan
and-
or the double side jump to
Mhm.
dodge, charge shot.
roll.
They didn't show anything crazy like we haven't seen.
Right.
So we'll see
What
what.
Is there anything crazy that we haven't seen? I'm sure there is. They just didn't show
Or
it.
it could be like they did the remaster just get reacclimated with the franchise, and maybe they're gonna stick more closely to the first game. I'm sure there'll be some other, obviously some new abilities and stuff, but the ship design, I don't know, was that the?
I heard it was from 3.
Was that
Did you say
It's-
close
it
to
was
the
3?
3? Is
That's 3. I knew it looked familiar.
I don't really.
So,
I
I
can
couldn't remember which one it
I don't
was.
love basically the helmet with the narrow and then the side. I don't
You don't like
love that
that?
design.
Is it not indicative?
I like the
of-
Prime one
We got here.
more ovally.
Does it not look like the design of?
No, that's closer. That's not even. That is not any R-wing design. That it's probably closer to the. What do you call it? The one on GameCube, Star Fox Assault.
Oh yeah.
That's probably the closest to Star Fox Assault.
Yeah, I like the classic ship design for for whatever. I like this
From Prime or from
from Super Metroid,
Super
into
Metroid.
Prime 1 kind of. It was a little bit different Prime 1.
But it's just a variation on her helmet.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is.
This looks like this is probably from 3 here. Oh, that's a small photo. So I'm not.
Doesn't matter.
I don't hate it, but I just,
We didn't see the ship 4 times during their
I
gameplay.
know.
You know, unless they actually do something crazy
How
and
many times
have
did
you
y'all
actually
repeat the
using
footage?
it.
That's my question.
That would be dope. I hope they do, man. I really hope we get
That would be cool. I would
Do
love
what?
to be able to.
get some sort of ship play with her.
That would be cool.
I think that would be awesome.
As long as it's not like feels like a afterthought mode that
Yeah.
like something like a random thing that popped up in like I don't know Bayonetta 3 or something where it's just this
Yeah.
one time didn't really flesh it out type of situation. If it really
I would
controlled
like,
really
I would
cool.
like for them to be able, for you to be able to fly to, not like we're not talking no Starfield and all that other kind of stuff. I'm not putting it in that kind of category, but just to be able to, if there's multiple planets in here, just to be able to move from planet to planet.
I'd like
Are you
just an
talking about-
on rails shooting section or something. I think would be cool with it.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Just how
Take
I mean
that.
how good the game looks and retros.
because you move to different segments using your
Mhm.
ship.
Hmm.
So, how about in between when you're about to move or whatever, somebody blasts your ass and then you get into a little battle, a little on rails this type battle.
After you. Okay.
Right,
What about
a nice surprise.
Do you think you're gonna lose all your abilities and have to regain? I know Retro been dying for us to talk about that because that's his pet peeve about that franchise. I don't know why.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Zelda.
but-
Almost every game has that.
That's a Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
Mario, you don't
Show
gain
you everything
abilities,
you
but,
had.
Right.
Zelda, you start out with nothing. Even Tears of the Kingdom, you didn't start off with. Yeah, the verse you had the Master.
Yeah, he
Sword
was a
at the beginning.
badass when he was in that cave, and all of a
You
sudden,
had 3
whop.
hearts. You know, you're gonna have to upgrade your health, your missiles, and all that. That's just what it is. You gotta just.
But I mean, but
Accept
let's
it.
be real. Where you start, when you start off in the game and you have all these abilities, the abilities you end off with in the game are way, way beyond what you started off with in the first place. So it's not like you lost it and you got to get it back. No, you lost it and you get something completely
Yeah,
different.
what would they replace like searching for weapons and stuff if they just started Samus? How
It'd be
she
a
was
shooter.
at the end of Metroid Prime 3. You had all those abilities. Maybe you gained a new suit or something. Like to me, that's a big draw of the exploration.
It would
stuff.
just be a shooter
Yeah.
at that point.
Because
if
you
didn't have
gotta
that.
limit where people can go. Otherwise, it's not a Metroid game. If you can just go everywhere, how are you gonna stop? You're just gonna find keys or something stupid instead of like,
Right.
hey, you gotta.
Are we gonna go back to keys in an FPS game?
Yeah, it's like
Right.
this is a white door.
To
You
open
need an ice
doors.
blaster to open it. Like you're locked. You
Right.
can't go there until you get that. As soon as you get that ability, now you know you can go.
That's a huge draw for Metroid to me.
Exactly. That's
That's
whole
what Metroid
design.
is.
And Dread
And
did it great.
Yeah.
In Samus's defense, though, I know she's got to be tired of being like, "Yo, I'm uber powerful now."
Yeah.
Oh, dang,
It doesn't
I lost
make any
everything.
sense
I
anyway.
get it.
Why does she get the morph ball back after defeating an enemy when she lost it with just getting hit? You know, it makes no sense. So if
Yeah.
I will say that's the one thing. I mean, at this point, I got to go find the morph ball. That's the one thing I'm like, all right.
you usually
but
find
and
that pretty quick in these.
you find it pretty quickly, yeah. But that's my whole thing. Is what's the point then? And just give me the morph ball from the beginning,
At least
and give me upgrades to the morph ball as a thing I have to look for. Oh, well, this is a green morph ball.
Or this is the boost. Now you get the boost morph.
Right.
And I will say, even the best Metroid games suffer from the Shantae
Make your
effect,
butt
where
naked.
a new upgrade makes a previous thing obsolete. As soon as you get the spiral attack and Dread, like nothing else matters. Like not like I'm just going through
Yeah.
levels.
Because why can't Metroid crawl?
Boo! Boo!
like,
Get out of
It
here!
makes some of the other abilities just kind of irrelevant at that point, but that's the whole point of upgrading your character. Like, so that's just got to be a thing. It's like how I don't care.
Johnny Arts,
Hmm?
who said Federation Force had no relevance.
Yeah.
Oh
I might have to replay that game. I might replay it solo just to.
Download Pretendo on your 3DS. Let's all go through it together, bro.
Dang!
It actually controls really well. It's a well.
Yeah, it controls
bullshit.
well. No, the game, it again, if it wasn't a Metroid game that came out at that time, because we hadn't had
without
one
Samus,
it-
yeah.
without Sam, it's
She
like,
was
are
the
you seriously?
villain. They
This is
made
the
her-
game you're gonna give us?
Remember
After
the
all this
blast
time?
ball? Remember they hyped that up before, and then like
I had a lot of fun with Blast Ball.
I played the demo of it, but I never played it once I got the game.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I played the shit out of Blast Ball. I love that
I
game.
felt
I
like
love
it
that
didn't
little.
have as much depth as I think.
No, it's not really that deep. It's just for me it was addictive.
I think I was playing Rocket League at
Fun.
the time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was before. Yeah, I didn't play Rocket League till the Switch, so 2017. But anyway, like, I mean, the game looks great. I gotta give him props. I gotta eat crow. I told Clocked it over and over. There's no way a new Metroid Prime game on Switch from the ground up is gonna look any better than any of the other, like,
You just don't like
especially at
nice
60
things, man. That's what
FPS.
it sounds
It's
like.
like, especially at 60 FPS, no way it's gonna look clean. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look, And then I also said that, and maybe we'll have to see what they do gameplay wise. There's still a lot of things that have been done in other first person shooters since Prime 3 that,
Is that right? Does that make Other M have to be canon? What is an Other M that I'm not remembering that makes it canon because of Prime 4? Because
with Psylocke in there or whatever.
no, Psylocke is in
He's in
Hunters.
Hunters.
Yeah.
So I must be forgetting something. I mean, I played
tried
that game
playing
once and
Other
beat it,
M.
and I was done.
I tried playing Other M. I got to Ridley fight, I think, and then I was done. Sorry.
That game traumatized y'all. What the fuck?
I gotta beat it. It's a Metroid game.
You
I
know
gotta
what the
beat
worst part
I beat
was?
the bitch and-
You had to do these jumps, and it was like Little Big Planet, where you could go away from the screen and towards the screen, and you had jumps where you had no depth perception. It's not a 3D.
Yeah.
And I kept missing these stupid jumps. I'm like, just keep it on one plane. You shouldn't have made it multi-planed side scrollers. It was dumb.
Yeah.
To me, that was the worst offense. And then just wasn't that. I mean,
What was
puzzle
Prime
solving.
4 running at? Was it 30 or
60,
60?
lock 60.
Was
in the
60?
trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the Primes get.
I don't see why it wouldn't be, because again, Prime Remastered had no problem running at 60 at all times. That's fucking...
I feel like that's what they had in mind. They always have in mind
Somebody
for the Prime
tweeted
games
that
anyway.
they built it first as a GameCube game and then ported it to Switch, and people believed it. And he's like, "Yeah, I just made that up, guys. I just wanted to let you know, everyone who believed me, I just made that completely out of my ass."
1,000 videos was made off of that shit.
But
Before they
I
realized
was
it
obviously
full of
lying,
that.
guys. Why couldn't you tell?
How the fuck would I know? What the fuck?
I don't know why that cracks me up conceptually. What fucking thing? I was obviously lying, guys. Don't you know I'm a known liar? The fuck?
it just
You
shows
should have
that-
known better.
It doesn't sound that like ridiculous, because they're like, "Oh, that's how they made it look so good and run so good." It's like they designed it for the GameCube and then did the remastered treatment. So I mean, it didn't sound like the most implausible thing, but it would be weird if they did that.
Yeah. Can we talk about what we didn't get at the Direct?
What didn't you get, man? What you didn't get, man?
The
Before
Zelda
Zelda,
bundle,
mind
bro.
The Zelda bundle.
We get Twilight Princess and
Next year.
Wind Waker bundle, bro.
That's
Next
me.
year.
That's
I
launching
think
on
you're
the Switch
excited
too.
about this.
Listen.
You don't want
they
more Zelda
knew-
on the Switch? Ugh.
They
I don't
knew
mind-
that was going to happen.
I care. I only care because all these motherfuckers have been talking
no,
about this
I
shit
get
for
it.
Who
Yeah.
years.
really wants? I mean, seriously, who really wants Twilight Princess HD? Again, I mean, we already
Really?
tried on this Wii U.
Have you not
Don't-
watched
don't
these
say that.
videos?
Wind
These
Waker
people
was Wind Waker.
Apparently, are
Was,
clamoring.
Wind
Yeah,
Waker's worth
listen,
having. I wouldn't
clearly.
mind the Wind Waker port.
Twilight Princess is a very good game. Why you talking?
I don't know. I did not enjoy
like
that.
It's a little rough, but
didn't enjoy
I
that
love the
HD
Twilight
port.
Princess.
Especially the
Listen.
controls. They messed up something with the analog
It
stick.
has-
Controlling
That's some of the
Epicona.
coolest tools in the game in the series.
I have a question, Juice. What is your favorite Zelda game pre Breath of the Wild?
A Link to the Past,
Oh, okay.
and then Ocarina, and then I probably
And then
like Between
Majora's Mask,
Worlds.
right?
No,
Right?
Between Worlds.
Majora's Mask has got to be
Damn.
Majora's
entirely-
Mask is at
It's
near
got to
the
be
bottom.
number one.
It's near the bottom for
Damn.
me.
That's embarrassing.
I mean, it's ahead of like
You are the
it's
game.
ahead of it's ahead of the 3DS games. It's ahead of Minish Cap was fun. I played it once.
You just said it was you like a link to Link Between Worlds better
Or the
than
DS games
Majora's
I meant.
Mask.
I didn't care for
Oh,
the
okay.
DS games that much.
And hardly anybody did,
But
even
I
Nintendo.
don't understand you. I don't understand you.
yeah,
That
Majora's
forced
Mask
the
is just, I
control
played
crap
Majora's
that
Mask
shit out of here.
after like I think in like 2005 or something. So I don't know. Maybe if I played it when it came out, but at that time I was all on the Dreamcast. I was all going out with my. I could drink and stuff, so I was all going out with friends, and gaming wasn't that. I think I bought Perfect Dark, and bought the RAM expansion, and I was like, I ain't spending more money on N64 games. I'm done.
Oh,
This man
Majora's Mask should have launched on the GameCube.
did not use his. I agree with that.
That
I
would
agree
have
with
been a
that.
game changer for the GameCube. So,
so it's less of it not being a great game, more so than the situation that was
I didn't think
the
it was that
situation and the
particular.
It's-
environment.
It didn't
It
feel
is
like
a very good game, but to me it is so highly overrated. I don't know
it's not a very
why.
good Zelda game for me. I didn't care for a lot of the I didn't
Like the
3D.
story is very cool. I think it's just it's dark and that's why people go ham for it.
I didn't feel like
It's
keeping
not bad.
track of
It's not bad.
everything.
It's
and-
a very good to great Zelda game, but people saying that it's better than Ocarina of Time. Sit down somewhere. Go to sleep.
I hated
I
the,
like
I
it
don't
because
believe you.
it's different.
the
all
date.
right?
What did you transform? The
It's
Deku
different.
plant.
That's what I'm saying.
What was the
Yeah.
thing
It's
called? The little stupid
The-
plant you shoot the damn thing out of. I hated that
Yeah.
whole section.
The Deku leaf.
I didn't
Scrub.
like the
Deku scrub.
Goron that where you had to roll up that damn hill
Oh,
and then
the
narrowest path.
The controls were. That's rough.
Yeah, they
They were rough.
The
were rough.
Zora, I like transforming into Zora though. You could actually.
Zora
switch.
was fun.
The Zora and the race. I like the race.
I did
They
finish
fucked
the
it
game though.
in the 3DS version. In 3DS version, they fucked it up.
I did beat
controls.
the game. I haven't really thought
But
about
this
it.
is the only game where you get God Link. Come on now.
God, Link, let's get it.
Deku Shrub.
Let's
thanks,
get it.
Donnie. That was the Deku Shrub. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's not like I've thought about much of my Zelda list past like the top 3 or 4, but I don't know where Majora's Mask. I'd probably have to replay it again to try to give it a fair shot. I know Zelda 2's probably.
Play the 3DS
One- the
version.
worst
if you're
one.
gonna play it. Play the 3DS.
I'm gonna wait till we get a remake of it on Switch too, Majora's Mask. So anyway, wrapping up Metroid Prime 4. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah,
Gotta
it looked
say,
really good.
music. Good
It's
music.
exciting.
I'm excited. So
I mean, that was the thing. Is like, can this Retro Studios can they match the same feel of the previous Prime games? And it looked like they
it
did.
looks like they
That was-
rehired the guy who went to work on Halo 4
Right.
because it looked like a lot of the art style looked similar. So.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
The only question is when does it come out in 2025, and does that spell a
It's a cross-gen launch game.
launch game
It
for
for
the
is
Switch
Switch too.
launch game. It is the launch title for.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
It's the-
honestly, because of the Donkey Kong HD in January, you got that Pokemon Legends Z to A,
That's the
whatever.
holiday.
That'll
title.
probably be February or March, I'm betting.
I think the Switch 2 is a holiday 2025 now. I hate to say it. Like I don't want
Really?
to wait
If-
that long.
I've heard a lot of
Holiday?
people saying that. I've heard a lot of people saying that,
It's at
and if
least
it's true, that's painful, bro.
Summer
That's
at the earliest, but I think just it'll be like.
I'm gonna tell you why
September to
it's a
November.
it's a bad
I'm still
idea
going March. I'm still going
because I guarantee you, that's when. I mean, it's not gonna affect it, but it's gonna mute it a little bit. That's probably when the Xbox handheld will launch, and you'll start hearing about whatever
Have
the
they
next one
said
is.
anything else about that, by the way?
There was a little interview where he alluded to more, but
You can tell him playing these
I
fucking
don't
games.
want to say exactly.
He wanted
But
that
it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. It's not going to affect the Switch too, but it's going to take away from some of the the market it could have on its own. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here's an Xbox handheld
I'm
out here
just
too. And
like-
look, and the graphics are going to be insane, and you're going to have all this stuff. And I just don't want the Switch to have to. I want it to be in its own little box.
Nintendo's
That's
not
Like
gonna
why I
put
feel
out
like it's still going to be
games.
March.
I don't see Nintendo
that's why
putting out
I need it to be
games
March,
in
April, somewhere in
in
there.
February, and then put out the new system with its launch game. Unless Pokemon's gonna be cross-gen, like I
It don't have to be cross-gen. It will run on
No.
your Switch too.
Yeah, the
Or,
idea is
yeah,
it's backwards
be
compatible.
compatible, I guess.
So you can get
Right.
away with that. Also, let's be real here.
I just-
It's gonna if it launches in the holiday. I just want to put this in context. We're getting Generation 10 in the holiday, so it's gonna launch
Mhm.
with a Pokemon game, like what you
Right.
stated. So I think they'll be
Right,
fine
with
regardless.
the Pokemon game that's in Legends.
Honestly, I
and
think
I feel like most people like Legends, right?
Yeah, Legends is great.
Yeah, most people like
Legends,
Legends.
Legends is different
Mhm.
because Legends a single player game and people are used to their multiplayer experiences, but it's still a
Yeah.
good game.
I would love
No,
it
I
to
think
switch
it's
to
mostly
March.
well liked.
I'd love it.
I mean, I would like it in March, but I mean, yeah, I think it'll be fine on holiday either way. Just
Yeah, that's a year and a
It
half
could be
away.
fun. I just think that's crazy to go a whole nother, whole
it
nother year.
depends. It depends.
I don't think so, man.
Well, here's
I'm
my question: if it comes out in March, when do you expect to hear anything about it? If it comes out in
in
March,
October.
I think
Like they did
October.
like
This
they
year,
did
yeah.
in
Like they did
2017.
with the
so
Switch.
it's pretty much how they did it.
I
Like
think they'll do
so how they did it
September
with the
Direct.
Switch.
Yeah, they're gonna repeat,
Mhm.
rinse and repeat.
Are they gonna do
The
another Mario
difference is,
behind the
though-
curtain? I need another Mario behind the curtain, dog. That's
The
what I
difference
need. I
is
need it.
though, like there wasn't games coming out for Wii U after like, what was it? When did
It's because they listened to T and they finally realized you didn't have to stop making games.
It's because it's the Wii U. That's why
Yeah.
there weren't games coming out. It had nothing to do
It's
with.
just crazy if they
Nintendo
release a
Nintendo
Pokemon
strategy.
game in like February first. Obviously, like I said, if backwards compatible, you play it on the new system. But it just seems crazy to like market that, have that game come out, and then like a month later have a whole new system come out with new launch games, and it'd be competing.
It's
kinda
not
with
that
themselves,
crazy.
kind of. But
Because
people might
people
buy
just
the
buy
Switch
it and
2
get
the
it on
Pokemon
Switch
game,
too.
so they might just they could still just buy it with it.
Yeah, they'll just buy it on Switch too. That's what they're gonna do.
So anyway, let's get to some of the other announcements.
You mean like Zelda?
Zelda.
Zelda.
The biggest announcement.
I like how uninterested you sound about
I
it.
ain't gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of that. Like that's not my favorite art style.
That's why That's why you were putting it
Link's
off. You didn't give a
Awakening,
fuck.
Visually,
You,
looks,
you didn't give a fuck. That's
it
what it
looks
was.
nice. I just don't like that
Hey,
plasticky look.
we already knew.
Yeah, it was already. Yeah, it had
And
to
by
look
Link's
man.
Awakening. Either.
Oh no, to know.
Yeah, but I was
I
saying
don't
that
hate
you
it,
were,
but I just don't like how
you don't like
plastic
it, which is
much.
all that matters.
And also, I don't know. I'm a
Juice.
little concerned about the amount of items and having to scroll. Like we have that problem in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom too, where you have to like scroll
Yeah, but you love
through
those games.
100 damn items and stuff. So
You never know. There could probably be a
it's
limit.
probably gonna be like a recent, like Tears of the Kingdom had to have your most used, your recent.
Yeah.
Um,
Or storage.
I think I'm gonna
what
wait
they
though,
call it.
just based on.
Finally make Zelda a playable lead character, and they put her
You
in
don't
this
want to play the
chibi.
game.
Bro, why
You don't
you
want to play the
say it
game.
Why did you say it like that?
They put her in this chibi ass shit.
This is what sexism did. I get it now.
I mean, as Zelda,
don't wanna-
I mean, it's a cutesy design. I'm not saying it's like
Don't you
terrible.
cutesy shit, bruh.
And like it stays. I guess the handheld games have always kind of had.
Their own style.
Yeah.
Or
And they're timeless too.
But I will say
Come
my
on.
biggest concern,
timeless. Yes.
my two biggest concerns are what I just said, like having to scroll through all these. Which again, Tears of the Kingdom made it work, so it's probably not gonna be that big of the deal. The other thing is, it already looks like it's running pretty rough, and I know it's not final, but that opening shot,
Wait, really?
yeah, like the water's like super chunky or jerky and stuff. Maybe that's just because it's that panning
So
shot.
let me just make sure I get the list down. You don't like the way it looks. You don't like the way it
I didn't
runs.
say I didn't like the way it looks.
Yep. You said you don't like the
I said
plastic
the art
look.
style.
That means you don't like the way it looks.
It looks really. I think it looks really impressive and nice. I just don't care for the art style.
Okay, so you don't like how the art style
Yeah.
looks.
It's
You like the way it looks?
I feel like we're
I
playing
think the game
semantics
looks.
there.
I think the game
It was-
looks really good. Like
I
visually.
wanted to
game
play
looks
semantics and it
there.
pissed me off. What the fuck?
But you know what? Somebody was it Digital Foundry? I think they kind of said the same thing how you said about the pan shot. But
yeah, most of the
one
gameplay's
thing-
probably gonna be top down, so it probably
yeah,
won't be that big a deal.
yeah, that probably won't even be unless that's like the beginning of the whole game. So we got the exact beginning of the game. You're probably never gonna.
You
see
probably
it.
got a chunk
Yeah.
of it. I don't know if it's all of it, but it's right.
Breath of the Wild moment coming out of the chamber. Yeah.
They better chill out on that. Don't make
I mean,
that.
it's not,
Don't
it's
don't
not terrible.
overuse it. 'cause it gets-
I'm.
it gets
My point
dangerous.
was, I probably
Not
wait for
buy
the
it.
Switch 2 on that. Unless
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah,
Oh,
look
wait,
at this
comes out in
man.
September? Nah, I'll pick
Didn't you
that
say you
up.
ain't? Are you buying any more
Hey,
Switch games? Because I remember you saying you weren't. I thought.
That's I'm playing that game
we'll
this
see.
year.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's I wouldn't.
Hey, you gonna wait a whole year? Because you said the
That's
Switch 2 ain't
we
coming
need
out.
to know when the Switch 2 is coming out. Um,
Remember what you said
I could see
now.
another. They could show another trailer that completely blows me away with some of the cool gameplay stuff with that.
They blew
Yeah,
me away with the
remember this
gameplay
is
mechanics
this is
already.
Nintendo now. This is not the same old Nintendo or any
This
other
is-
company. They like to show
This is
you old
NX
footage first.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Clever
you
as
This
should
is
see the
shit.
old
NX
footage first,
Nintendo.
and then you like, wait a minute, they did a lot of work. Nah, this
Mm-hmm.
is actually how it looked back then, but we just wanted to give you the old footage.
I want you to show you the old shit first, so you can see this jump. Like, oh my god!
It's like that. It's like that friend that likes to fuck with you,
Like
and you're like,
Mario-
man, we
Mario
friends, but
3D
you gotta cut this shit out, bro.
the first trailer for Mario 3D World at E3, and then they come out with that other trailer. It was like, oh shit, this game is incredible.
So just to be
So-
clear, like I'm watching the trailer right now. I think it looks visually like amazing. I just don't like the plasticky look to it. Like it
Is
just
it the
makes
way
it look,
it's,
it makes
like,
it look like you're
reflective?
playing like almost like with toys.
You
You
like
don't
the way
like
it
the-
looks. You just don't like the way it
but it
looks.
looks like super impressive visually.
Yeah,
So-
toy box.
It looks
look.
like the little toy box. Yeah, little not diorama set, but like a
It kind of looks like that.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And I mean, there's some cool like side-scrolling stuff. Like Link's Awakening had a little bit, but Zelda 2 had. Well, Link's
Yeah,
Awakening.
Link's Awakening was always
did
going to be
have it,
limited because
yeah.
it's a remake. As
Yeah.
a remake,
Yeah.
so
I will
this
say
is gonna
that
do a lot
shot where
more.
it's like foggy and raining when she's like jumping across the treetops. It does look pretty good.
and this is Nintendo being efficient. They made that Link's Awakening remaster engine. They're like,
Well,
we got to do
apparently
something
it's
else with
Unity.
this.
I think somebody said it's Unity.
Unity.
Is it Unity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might
The
be right.
Unity
Yeah.
engine? Okay.
believe so.
Okay, well
Who
they
knows?
had that. They had that template ready to go, and it's like we can do
Right.
more with
Yeah, because
this.
the trees and stuff. They didn't have to redesign grass and trees and rocks,
Mhm.
which is what we
Mhm.
thought. they
And,
were
and
gonna do.
Link's
Tears of the
Awakening
Kingdom.
it's a pretty small game, and they're like, we can make a grander, bigger, cool
I
game
might
with
be
this.
completely my words.
setup.
I might be buying it day one, and it might be a game of the year.
He's gonna buy it day one. Watch, folks.
I feel like this was a conversation that already happened, but like he wants to
It
he
does
wants to
feel
go
like
through the
deja
rigmarole
vu.
of the specifics.
It
Right.
was deja vu we got going on here.
Listen, I'm not gonna buy it, and then
I
we
wouldn't
get
have
to
been
the
mad
next
though
question,
if they
I'm gonna have bought it.
Oh, you
went
wouldn't
with a
have?
different
Okay.
art style.
Thank
tried
God.
something different. But it was a
What
surprise.
art
Let's say
style?
for sure it was a
Yeah.
surprise.
What art
That was
style
a
of
big
Zelda
surprise.
would you
It was a
have
big surprise.
used?
Just maybe something we've never seen before for the Zelda franchise. I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not
And
gonna say it
I-
need to look like Animal Crossing, but I think like I prefer Animal Crossing New Horizons like look than this
Really?
plasticky look. I don't know. It doesn't jive with me.
I
Like I said,
no, there's nothing wrong with Animal Crossing's look, but I disagree. I think this fits really well with this type of Zelda game.
Yeah. I like that look, man. I don't
You know, when
know.
the surprise Zelda, I don't know, bro.
Like,
Can you
it
take
looks
it
really
back?
good
Like, what the
In
fuck?
handheld mode, like it looks beautiful on that little screen.
yeah, I bet on the OLED's gonna look really
On the
nice.
OLED, oh my god! Oh my
I
god!
actually was gonna pick up Link's Awakening. I didn't even look to see if it was what it was selling for.
Well, don't worry. The summer sale's
it's in the
going on,
40s
so
now.
you might need to check it.
Biggest problem with Link's Awakening was I played the original. Well, I played it on the 3DS like a couple years before,
Make it look like Pokemon Go.
I just
Fuck you,
played it.
Devolver.
and they're charging full price. And I knew it was, it's a shorter game in general, and I just recently played it.
You just didn't want to buy it, is
So
what
I
I
was
mean.
like, there was no reason to. But at 40
Yeah,
bucks,
it's in the 30, 35. You can get a used copy. That's used.
let's see, Link's Awakening.
45 for a new copy. 45.
Oh, the sealed edition, the Dreamer edition, sealed Dreamer edition, $150.
Yeah, you looking at the same thing. Huh? That's right at the top, right?
Yeah.
God dang.
Factory sealed $50. I'm in no hurry. I got other games I can play.
What comes with that? Because my special
I don't
edition is
even, I don't even
good.
remember that.
Because I got a. Oh, that's not worth it at all.
And
I
it's
got
like,
I got
is
the
that got
I got a steel case.
the box always
Don't
looks
buy
like
that.
it's creased too.
That box is fucked up. I don't buy that shit. I guess you have no choice at this point because even the one I have is probably super expensive.
Hmm.
I bought the I guess the UK version, European one, and that was 135 at the time when I bought it. And yeah, it's
I will say though, just I was surprised that they had a like a Zelda game this quickly after Tears of the Kingdom. I know a different team worked on it and stuff, and they had the engine already, but yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I mean, that's why this direct to me was so good. It's just like
It was a nice
unexpected.
surprise.
And
I do
yeah,
wanna
maybe
talk-
just said that I didn't love the art style, but I'm not saying oh my god the game looked terrible. It's just like it looked good, and Metroid Prime 4
Hey
looks
man,
good.
listen.
Mario plus
I'm happy.
Mario and Luigi looked fairly good. We forgot to talk about the Mario Party, which kind of felt like that took a step back visually compared to the last game, which I thought was like one of the best looking
Really?
games on the Switch.
I still thought it looked pretty good.
It looks. I mean, it looked good, but I don't think it looked as good as the last one.
I guess because I didn't think the last one blew me away. I mean, visually anyway. I think the maps did, not the rest
It
of
was
the
either
game.
the last one or yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the last one, the one that
I thought
remade
that
the
was, like, one of
older.
the best cleanest looking games on Switch. As far as like
Besides, I'm more excited about I saw my Dragon Quest HD finally.
that look actually Dragon Quest
Oh,
3
1,
looks
2,
pretty
and
good.
3. Yeah.
I'm motherfucking excited.
That's what got me to play Octopath demo. I was like, man, I used to watch my buddy.
Hey, listen,
play,
when I get my listen, I'm gonna need Square to chill the fuck out. That's what I'm gonna need Square to do.
I used to watch
okay?
my buddy play Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 on his NES. Back in the day, I go over his house and just watch him play because
I just want them to realize that Square Enix makes RPGs and RPGs take time. And motherfucker, I have things to do. Like what the fuck? Between that, the Kingdom Hearts fans are geeking out because they put Kingdom Hearts on Steam finally, and fucking just stop, relax. I don't need all this shit right now.
I had to find this because I was starting to freak out. Where is it? I don't see it.
What are you looking
So
for?
let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, Collector got that one too. Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks like
so-
it might be worth something, but the one in that
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
post look like
Look
shit.
at the steel case that comes with it. It's like a Game
Oh,
Boy.
that's pretty hard. That's really hard,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I could see that asking 150 if they're
right. That's why I'm like, why would you pay 150 for that? Yeah, it's just a steel case, and then the books in the back. Yeah, the art book.
So
Yeah, so
we were
I-
talking about Super
yeah.
Mario Party when you got up. That felt like a pretty lackluster. Not seeing too many people, even Mario Party fans. I didn't hear anything about if it looked in better or worse.
Well, how do you show Mario Party?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
that's an exciting way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's
you have to
Mario
just-
Party.
yeah, you gotta play it.
is
it's
it
a hard
online, like the whole game.
hard game to
online?
show.
Yeah, well, yeah, it has online.
Not
Yeah.
just the mini games.
No, it has just like online.
That was funny though, because I really felt strongly that a Mario Party game was gonna come, and just
You killed it.
got it
That was your
right.
vindication.
Oh,
You're like,
there
I'm
was like 3
vindicated.
predictions. He got 3 like in a row, and I'm sitting there giggling my ass off, and I'm watching it. I'm like, this
All
is
the
so funny.
RPGs. We kind
I'm
of
living
thought
on
there'd be
me.
a
Listen, I'm
Donkey Kong.
happy. I just
was
didn't
it? It was-
realize other things
It was
to do.
RPGs. It was, what else was it? You just
I
said 3
think we
things.
talked about guessing there'd be a Donkey Kong game.
Mario
but
Party and one more
Yeah.
thing.
We
I
did
don't
guess.
remember anything else specifically.
So I said
I-
Donkey Kong would be the holiday title.
Because I was thinking
thought
there
there
was
was
going to
one
be a
more
Wii generation type game. I thought there was going to be a late, like another third party, which Stray wasn't super late. That was only a couple years ago.
That's technically current gen, right?
Yeah,
No.
but it was late. It's been a couple years since, and
Yeah.
Switch is getting it. So basically everything I expected: a bunch of RPGs, like a GameCube or Wii port, and then like a current game that's late. Like I would never guess Stray, but it makes sense, that style game. And then I wasn't
Yeah,
wasn't
two Sony
expecting anything
Stray was a surprise. That was a surprise.
like
titles.
And if you have no other way to play Stray, and you're a Nintendo fan, and you like Majora's Mask because it has that kind of darkness to it as well, this is going to be a game you'll like a lot, I think. So if you're a Majora's Mask fan, and you
And a cat fan.
you have no
probably
other way to
hurt.
play it. Well, cat doesn't hurt because it's the cat physics, if you will,
Well,
if
they
I can
motion
coin
The
capture.
kitty
that.
physics.
They motion
It's pretty
captured-
good.
They motion
Yeah.
captured a cat. So
It's very good. The mimicking.
I was a little turned off by like get
Real
to the
cat.
ledge, press a button, and it kind of auto jumps.
Yeah, you wanted to
I was hoping
have
to
more
have a little
control
more
over
I
the
wanted to
cat.
be a cat, man. Aristocats.
But-
Come on.
based
Isn't there a
like
cat game on the
otherwise.
Switch? Like a different one?
What? Hello Kitty?
Cats in the City or something?
Hello Kitty. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. It's something like that. Yeah.
But there's like a Cats in the City or something. Yeah, Hello Kitty was shown.
It's a Sex in the
Which
City.
is
but with
weirdly a
cats.
console exclusive for some reason.
What?
They're like, oh, Hello Kitty is a console
Was
exclusive.
that Metal
I'm just like,
Slug game new?
Did they say that?
yeah, they did, and it was weird. I was like,
Oh,
really?
embarrassing.
I'm like,
Like
guys,
a-
why?
Oh yeah, Metal Slug is
Oh, that tactics game.
tactics game.
Hmm.
Tactics. That's one of my favorite art styles. Just
It
basically.
looks so good. It looks good.
Yeah, it just looks really good. Like after Contra fell off for me, it was Metal Slug that kind of picked up that whole
Proctor made a
side
good
scrolling
point in his
shooter.
reaction about the pixel art. He's like, you can't tell me this doesn't look gorgeous, like from Marvel vs. Capcom to
I mean, he's
Metal
right.
Slug to
He's absolutely right. The fuck?
It's gorgeous. It's timeless. And I'm going to probably do a video on this, but there was a time period, especially like in the PS2 and 64 era, where 2D games was just like taboo.
Mhm.
It was like, oh, you're still doing that? We're past that now. We're in the 3D realm.
Right, Yeah.
People forget that. People forget up from I would say 96 up until like 2004, 2005. 2D games, side-scrolling games were shunned.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of those
okay.
games didn't do well in that time period.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't there a turtle? Was that in the direct or in the indie?
That was in the indies.
Yeah, there's a
Shredder, not Shredder's Revenge. What's the one after that?
I think Splintered
Turtles in
Fate,
Time?
Splintered Fate.
No.
There's another one, unless that's DLC for. Oh no, that's not pixel art. That looks. No, it wasn't. It was a. What was the Power Rangers one? When was that? That was showing.
Oh
some-
yeah,
Power
that was
Rangers,
the
yeah.
indies.
That's
That was
some-
That
definitely.
was indies, yeah.
Fantastic. That game looks so good.
I'm
I
just
like
looking at
video
Just
games.
Dance 25. We didn't talk about that.
Video-
That's the first time they revealed Just
Tales
Dance
of the
25, by the
Schreier.
way.
Tales of the
Yeah.
Schreier. That looks great.
That still cracks me up that for some reason Ubisoft didn't put Just Dance in their event, but they put
Isn't
it
that
in that
wild?
Nintendo.
Because they know where their bread is buttered. That's why. They know where
Alright.
their bread is buttered. That damn Nintendo Switch
Same-
consoles.
Same
Mhm.
same move for Lego.
Right.
Like it wasn't.
No, it was revealed
No,
on it.
no, they revealed it at the State
Yeah.
of Play.
Was it on State of Play?
Yeah, it was State of
Yeah,
Play.
it was there.
All right, worst looking game.
But they know where that bread is gonna be buttered. That's why they put that bitch on the Switch.
Oh, but wait, but that's not Sony's thing, you know. That's somebody.
It's no, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but Sony
It's
said,
Lego.
Sony
Lego
Sony
has the
said
control.
okay. The fuck?
Lego has the rights. They have control over any Lego
Well,
game.
I don't know. I don't know about this game, but I know Lego does have a lot of rights to a lot of things that like they can do in Lego form, but they can't. Like
Yeah.
they have like Marvel, Lord of the Rings. Like they're all different, owned by different companies.
Yeah, they
somehow
do.
Lego owns the rights to like. Probably because they make the Lego toys, they probably have the rights
Well,
to do what.
So
They
here,
want.
here, this simple. If Sony didn't want that game on Switch,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be on Switch.
It wouldn't
that's
happen.
just that was the weirdest defense. Like, just say something else because that defense is nonsense. Oh, and by the way, they actually
And
the-
Sony's
the-
publishing.
well, not
What,
only
are
that,
they?
the team
Yeah.
who made Horizon actually worked on the game with Lego to make the game, and they tweeted about
I
how they
think
were
Nintendo
happy about
players
it.
will enjoy this. I think I
Right.
think they'll like it a lot.
They tweeted that shit out and pissed off a lot of fans.
Now here's the question:
Move on, man. Come
what
on.
game is going to come out to undercut it? Because the running joke is the Horizon games always get undercut by some other game.
They don't have a
It's gonna be a
release month yet.
it's gonna be a Horizon, or excuse me, there's gonna be a Lego Star Wars game. What's the Outlaws? It's gonna be Lego Outlaws.
Lego Outlaws. What the fuck?
It's gonna come out at the same
They
time.
probably try the release date's probably just to try to find the best spot based on what's coming out on Switch. I bet you that's
Switch, right?
I bet
I
that's
guarantee
gonna
you
be
that's
their
yeah.
strategy. So worst
I mean,
looking
it's
game.
November, right?
It didn't have a month. So worst looking game at the direct, we have where'd it go?
He's gonna say
Farmagia or
No,
The Sh-
Farmage is fine.
Tales of the Schreier, worst looking game visually.
Tales of the Schreier for
Tales
sure.
of Schreier. The
I
fuck?
thought
Why we?
Farmagia looked
Wait, Schreier
No,
is Schreier.
Farmagia.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with Farmagia. If you're an anime fan and you recognize a certain art style, you already know who drew that fucking those characters in Farmagia.
Yeah, I'm just saying like graphically the actual in-game stuff, not the cinematic.
It looks. I didn't think it looked terrible. It looked all right.
Yeah, I
Tales of
guess-
the Shire look like
Yeah.
Tales of
yeah,
Schreier looks like a fucking children's game that shouldn't have been made.
a
Yeah,
low budget 3DS game, bro.
Yeah.
Like
They
someone
said,
lost
"Oh,
a
wait."
bet.
What is with the
But
Lord
wait,
of
we
the
got
Rings
132 million. Somebody's gonna buy. Somebody's gonna buy.
So, I mean, that's true. Somebody is gonna buy,
Who
but like,
buys this? It's
goddamn.
like dress up your Hobbit and probably
Yeah.
do some farming.
I would
Y'all
rather
don't
than
like, y'all
port.
don't like Lord of the Rings, man? I thought y'all. liked the-
I would have
Wait,
rather they ported the Hobbit game from the GameCube.
Damn.
Port the
that
damn
shit with the
EA games, even though those are like beat 'em ups that I'm not the hugest fan, but still those are better than what we've been.
there's a
Definitely.
rights issue with those because
getting.
they're related to the movies. So, but the Hobbit, the game was not. It was based on the books. So
We can
What
do
was
it.
this Fantasian?
We can do that one, yeah.
Dimension? I don't remember that one.
Why's that sound
Hobbit,
familiar?
the Hobbit game was actually really good. A
Oh,
lot of people.
okay. This
Yeah,
one I
the play
thought was
was-
like near at first.
Yeah, that's the one I know. I know
Is
you're
that
talking about.
Square too? Or Square as well?
One of them is a mobile game port. I know that. I don't think it might be that game actually.
Yeah. Looks alright.
One was a port from the mobile, and I was like, oh, like we're getting the
Overall,
mobile
though,
ports.
I was like, I don't know if I was just in the right mood or what, and the
Yeah, because you're usually
Just
more
hit me.
negative than this.
it just worked for me. Yeah, even the filler games I was fine with. Like it wasn't too many that I was just like, why is this in a direct? Like, really, the Shire one's probably the worst one. That I was like, why is this in this Nintendo Direct? Like this, did they pay money? Did they pay Nintendo money to get this in this direct? Like the
What game?
The Shire, Tales of the Shire.
Oh yeah.
Is it like a Jeff
Well,
Keighley?
who
Have
else is
they
gonna
asked-
buy that game?
Do you think
else gonna buy that
Nintendo
game?
asked for 250,000 for a minute in a direct?
They,
They got the
they
install base.
definitely
They couldn't
paid
afford to.
Nintendo.
They
They were
should,
like,
be,
"Let
they
us-
should be
let-
paying Nintendo for all that time you
Oh,
wasted.
we had Funko
Let's-
Fusion. That might have been Funko Fusion. Might have been the other runner-up for.
They don't mind
best.
giving shine to a game like that.
Well,
Nintendo don't mind.
the Funko thing was essentially the Lego thing without.
That
Like,
looks like
instead
the
of-
worst. That's
Oh yeah,
probably the worst
Funko.
graphically.
What was
Funko
it?
was definitely the worst. You could
It was
tell.
that weird. It was the it was the game. It was like, oh, it's Monument
Well, I know what
Fly, but
Funko
it's
was.
Yeah.
It was like,
what was it called? Is what I'm saying. I know
Funko
what Funko is.
Fusion.
Was it?
Yeah,
You had Five Nights
Yeah.
at Freddy's. You had like.
Chucky
I
was-
saw Shaun of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, I thought that was.
Saw Back to the
missed that.
Future. I
Back
saw
to the
Scott
Future,
Pilgrim.
and you had Shaun of the Dead, and
That one was a surprise to me. I'm like, really? Okay,
It was a nice reference, eh?
that's.
I love
like,
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. Yes, yes. What you could
I
just
would
make
hate
like one of those remember the Universal games that used to come out on GameCube, PS2, like Universal Parkland, and they just have like
Do like a
Yeah, yeah.
Skylanders or
you
something.
go through and do something like that. Funko, like you have to be a Funko fan to care about that ugly,
I
them
have-
ugly ass
Funko
little
Pops
I
are
have,
really
uh,
bad, cheap figures. I
I
hate
have
that shit.
6 or 7 Funko figures.
Why?
Really?
I like them.
I
They're
don't-
not good
They never did anything for me.
because they're not good. It's like shitty chibi. That's what it reminds me of.
I like it.
Remember the chibi art style? It's like a shittier version
I
of that.
shouldn't because it's Link's
Yeah,
Awakening.
This man over here hating on Link's Awakening, but he got Funko Pop. What the fuck is this? What is going on there?
I didn't say I hated it. I just said I would prefer something.
I don't know, man. He said you didn't like the way it looked, bro. I'm just saying.
I said I'd not. I don't love it, which just
not
means
a
I
fan
don't
of the
love
art
it.
style.
Oh, do you see?
I could
Playing
like it.
Semantic.
I just don't love it.
Revisionist
I
history.
don't know,
over here.
man. I don't think you liked it either. the way
I
you
only
talk
use
about
I
it.
didn't love it for when it's like
You said you didn't like the art
when
style.
it's
That's what
like
you said.
in between, like it's good. Like it's not to that level. Like oh my god, it looks amazing. It's like, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing when I say I don't love it.
Ayers is actually right. Like we're hating on Hello Kitty, but I know at least in Japan
Yeah.
that game's going to do numbers.
That
Oh,
was
hell
Animal
yeah, it's gonna
Crossing.
blow up. It's like,
That
what the
basically-
fuck?
Yeah.
Look like a.
What you mean
clone.
it's only on fucking consoles? Where's my PC port? The fuck? Where's my PC port? I want it today. You better stop playing with me. My Hello Kitty pre-order, fuck.
They love some
The
Hello
fuck?
Kitty over there. I don't know what that is. That's some weird. They
Hey,
love
listen,
the
that's a
Hello Kitty.
fandom. Hey,
I mean,
respect,
yeah,
respect,
I'm not hating.
respect the dedication. God damn it,
I put respect on their name.
you better.
I don't get it. I don't
Or the
understand.
kitties
But
will come get
I
you.
respect
Fuck.
it.
So
Mhm.
yeah, the Switch is gonna end with some worthy games above what I was predicting. So
Did y'all give like a rating for the direct yet or no?
you know,
I haven't given.
I think I gave it an A- initially.
I give it a B plus.
I think honestly it's one of the more complete directs. Maybe it's just because the highlights stand out more, but felt like even like the Marvel vs. Capcom, you got.
No,
we
it's-
knew
it's
about
getting-
Dragon
it's-
Quest
it's
3
getting an
and
A.
stuff. It's not like
I think it deserves an A, even if I'm gonna give it an A. I feel like
B plus is close enough for me. It's close enough to an A.
see that
What
motherfucker
coulda took
that be
it?
like,
It's very good.
see that motherfucking teacher that you.
I'm a teacher, man. I got a teacher mentality.
You get that motherfucker get an 89. And the
Monolith
kid's like,
Neck-
you couldn't have rounded up on that. Nah, man, you get a B plus. Fuck you, dog.
What if Monolith's next game was shown in there? That would have been.
Oh, it would have. Oh, it definitely would have gotten it. But I would have
Oh,
been
man.
surprised.
I think they're holding that for the first.
I'm
year.
kind of glad it didn't show it.
yeah, that would have been kind of
I
wild.
want that to be a Switch 2 game. So
Also, Xeno 3 only came out like a year ago. Like, I feel like it'd be really fucking quick.
This was 2 years.
they've been working on that bitch for a
What,
while.
Xeno
so-
3?
Came out 2 years ago. Same year as Elden Ring.
A year and a half.
No, it's 20. Elden Ring came out 2023, though.
2022.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. I played in 2023.
Xenoblade was December 23.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3
22?
came out
I'm
in
sorry.
like April of
Sorry.
22 or May or something of
Was it?
22.
Was it?
No, it was
April or
May. It was
Remember
May.
they
It was May.
swapped? They swapped
Holy
months
crap.
with we thought it was gonna be
Because it came out
Splatoon 3.
earlier than we thought it was going to.
Yeah, Splatoon 3 and then it swapped month. We thought they were
Where does the time go?
Yeah, it's been out
Oh.
2 years since it came out.
I'm gonna check the hair. I'm gonna check the gray on your hair.
No, I haven't beaten it yet.
What, Xenoblade 3?
Yeah,
Man.
I did too
Shame on
much.
me.
I did too much.
I like it a lot better than 2 already. So
No, get the fuck out of here,
The
dog.
writing and characters are way better, but
Nope, you're a liar. I'm
the writing.
gonna call you on that objectively.
man.
You're a liar.
Objectively,
Ain't no
the
way in
writing
hell.
is better.
It's not. You don't. You meant you can say the voice acting is better. You can't say the writing's better. Fuck that.
I can say I like it better.
It doesn't
I can't
have.
say
I mean,
any,
you can
it
say
doesn't
that.
have any fan service stuff, so I guess that's where it falls.
That's
short.
not even a reason, dog.
Now the plot thickens.
Are we talking about plot? Or are we talking
There's
about plot?
one-
Because the difference.
The closest thing to fan service was when they jump in the water when you find that oasis in the second region, the desert region.
And then for some reason don't understand that nudity is an issue with girls. I don't fucking know.
Good I am.
No
'Cause they were
bikini
like, what-
options for DLC.
I mean, that's the core of Japanese game. If you take out my bikini options, what will I have? What will
There
I
it is.
have if I don't have my bikini option?
There it is.
there's
It's all
no,
on yourself.
there's no main protagonist waking up with in an awkward situation with a woman next.
Boobs covering half the
Yeah.
screen. And shit.
All right, first off, that wasn't even at the beginning of the game. That man was fishing at the beginning.
It's in the
of
game though, like EA Sports.
Oh my
honestly,
God.
I'm not just saying this because I like 2 a lot, put a lot of time into it, but I went back to it after 3 and I got through a couple cinematics of the main story and I'm just like, yeah, this is like children writing compared to 3. 3 feels like adults wrote it. 2 feels like kids wrote it. That's what it felt like.
It's
I'm not
like,
saying it's
like
objective.
Japanese game. I don't hear that
I'm just
bullshit.
saying. It had some funny moments though. 2 had some. I liked Zeke.
I don't like disrespect. I'll
I
say it
like-
has better character writing. I'll say that.
Mm-mm.
It has way better character writing.
I haven't played enough. I can't
Rex
say
is
that, yeah.
not a likable character. At
What?
the
I
end,
disagree.
he starts.
I disagree with that.
That's not even fucking
I disagree.
fair.
He's a little
You just
too
don't like
new.
the story that's being written.
They
that's
keep
what-
his
that's
naive.
difference.
They keep
I
him
hate his
naive.
outfit,
They
but
keep him
That's
naive.
fine, but you can't say. Listen,
They
to say
keep him
he's all-
naive too far into the game. I thought it was finally towards the end. I felt like he started. He was like,
It's almost like he's a fucking teenager.
What's
or
going
something.
on? Huh?
I like Rex as a character. I disagree.
This
He was
is
one of the
disrespect.
reasons I
I gotta
kept
get
pushing through
Nia.
that
I'm
game.
gonna invite Nia on next week. We'll talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
She's also a 2 hater.
Yeah.
I'm getting done. I'm tired of this show. This is
I did like the what do you call it? The
What?
chain system or whatever in 2. I like
Mm.
that better.
Chain system was
Oh,
nice.
I like the battle. I like
3
the
got
battle system
boring to
more in
me.
2.
That
Yeah, that's actually the same. I think I've heard everyone talk about 3. They always say that.
that chain
3's
system
battle
just
system
got
is
so
just.
boring to me.
They tried to do a fusion of 2 and 1s, and it doesn't work. It's okay. That's like the best I give it. It's okay.
At first it was alright, but once you just figured out the routine, like it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it gets really basic. It gets kind of cool towards the end of it when you get like Lucky 7
I
and
was
shit.
still
but
like
you
falling asleep playing that
you still
game.
have to
though.
like pull that shit off. I'm like, man.
I think it
fuck.
was early Switch nostalgia with this character love. That's what I think.
On 2.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this, bro.
2 definitely looked way rougher too. I wish they would have went back and added
Yeah.
that. They could have patched in that.
I'm not gonna argue against the graphics
that
situation.
That
upper-
big looking real greasy and
No, I'm
and
not gonna argue that.
They
one.
could have
I'll
patched
let
in the FSR or something, made 2 look better. That'd have been nice. Maybe we'll get a.
Like, I will always appreciate. I appreciated when Rare did it, and I definitely appreciate it that Monolith Soft does it. They are super ambitious,
Mhm.
and they push the shit out of your hardware. I love that.
Yeah,
Keep doing that.
having the
I hate
Titans move.
people hated on GoldenEye and Perfect Dark when they were chugging along, literally chugging along. I was like, I'm here for it. Push it. So I appreciate that from Monolith Soft all day, every day. Excuse me, all day and day for my Atlanta folks. All day and day. For you,
you motherfucker. I was like, what in the world? Oh, by the way, I didn't know this. Did y'all know that Beyond Good and Evil had its like HD thing come out today?
Is it out already?
It's like today or tomorrow because I've seen a bunch of comparison videos. I didn't know it came out already.
Does it look better than the PC version that was already out?
They're comparing it to like the 360 version for whatever
See,
reason.
Okay, 360 version is compared to the PC one, so okay.
It looks better. It does look better.
Does it? Okay.
I don't know how you're gonna feel though, because you might, I don't know. There are certain games that have that grime to it that kind of fits the aesthetic.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that.
I don't know how you're gonna feel when you see the comparison. I'll post a picture of one of them.
Because Turok on N64 and all that kind of stuff is all cleaned up in the new, obviously.
There's a certain old school grime.
I don't like it. I won't give me back my fog. I need
put
my
in the podcast chat.
All right, I need my N64 fog. You know,
yeah, that podcast chat audio hadn't been used in so long.
Oh, you put it in the podcast chat. What am I?
Yeah, the one that hadn't been used since April this year. Damn.
God dang.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's Lenny, right? Yes. I don't even know what it looks like anymore. Where is it?
Hold on.
It's right there. That's right there. Juices Lose members chat.
Yeah, I'll post it in the. I'm posting the Google Flame. It might be easier. I'm so used to using Discord. I went with my default. All right, hold on. Okay, it's in the main. It's in the Juices Lose chat too. Maybe easier.
Really? It didn't pop up for me.
What the fuck? I just
The last thing I see in there is December 13th, 2021.
What the fuck? No. Go on our normal chat on Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I posted there. Just make it easier.
I got you. Oh, there it is. I see it now.
I don't know how you gonna feel about that visual comparison.
Because
it kind of looks like
it looks worse in some ways.
Because it looks shiny, like you almost like took the.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you were gonna be concerned about the grime, the loss of the kind of the. Some aesthetic choices were meant to cover up flaws, but it was also kind of meant to set a mood. You kind of lose that.
Yeah, I mean,
when you clean up.
You're talking about Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when they HD or port games, they lose something over the original.
Yeah.
Looks like they artificially brightened up, but I don't know. It looks. I'd have to see it in motion and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
the thing
post
too.
it.
Like with the
Here's the
truck,
video.
yeah, you can't really tell from a screenshot. You gotta see.
There's
it
the
moving.
video.
it does look a little off though.
I posted the video in the
Why don't
chat.
you just
so you
share
know.
it here?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I just.
Watch
Oh,
it
I'll
together.
share. I'll share
When's
it,
that
man.
come out? And when was it
Tomorrow?
announced?
It comes out tomorrow. Since the 25th.
Okay, so that looks better on the left in that pause shot.
Yeah, that looks.
Sometime, yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
I do like that other sky. I like that older. I don't know.
Yeah, that
It looks good.
Some of it's just
Mm.
sharpening up,
It's brighter.
6th gen check or 6th gen graphics is.
Mm-hmm.
I can jump a little bit forward.
No, just keep
Yeah.
going.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Let it roll.
Let it rock.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
love
they
this
took
game
off
so
the
much.
haze, that's for sure. Whether that was an artistic choice or technical choice in the 360.
Probably
That's what I'm saying.
technical.
Like, I
Probably a
knew that
little
was going to
of
be part of the team. I'd been like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's
That
too
looks-
clean. Sometimes it's too clean. Like I like that it's brighter. I guess I wouldn't have noticed that had not seen the side by side.
I was like darker all of a sudden in that one section, though.
Yeah.
Some of the coloration looks a little like almost bloomy, but that's a game I played the demo. I played a demo of on 360.
Wait, did you never play Beyond
I
Good and
never
Evil?
played the whole game. I just played.
Oh
the
shit!
360. I played like they had like a demo on the Xbox Arcade.
I love this game so freaking much. Like if you like,
See, I don't like
especially
that
if you
blue.
like Star Fox Adventures, this destroys that, and it has a very similar kind of gameplay loop,
Yeah.
and it's darker.
Yeah, that.
You're talking
fire
about-
looked
you're
better
talking about in
on
terms of
the
tone?
original.
Yeah, see, it's missing the
I
fog.
I like the fog.
The fog is stylistic. Yeah.
Gives it more of an atmosphere in that situation.
Yeah.
Retrobest's gonna hear that and say, "Oh, well, you don't like it in Breath of the Wild." I don't mind the fog. I don't mind like the weather effects. It's just the washed out look that fills the whole screen, which kind of this does the same. But
I can't believe we still don't have a sequel.
why didn't
Because
they
this
just-
whole this shit started in 2008, 2009 when
Why'd
we
they
I
started.
think they got really ambitious.
Teasing
I
a
think that was the
sequel?
problem.
Yeah, why did they try to make the game they showed off years ago? That was such a dumb idea for this. They should have just tried to do it like a Zelda type.
Made
game.
another game. Yeah, that's it. Make a Zelda-like game because
Yeah, I
that's what Beyond Good and Evil is.
Why couldn't they get that weather
No.
effect to look right?
I like ambition, but the core of why people like this game is that it's Zelda-like elements.
It'd
in
be
the
like
story.
if they showed Metroid Prime 4 and it was just like Starfield. It's like you might be, oh, well, that's a cool, but it wouldn't feel like Metroid Prime, like. But that's kind of what they showed for this. They showed something on the scale of like Starfield for a sequel to this game. It's like, doesn't make any sense.
Loki think it looks better. The one on
Wait a
360
minute,
looks
they don't
better.
have the is that a choice?
What?
They don't have the little subtitles on the new version.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not popping up.
Granted, this game isn't out yet, so it comes out tomorrow. So
No, it's showing some stuff, but it's not showing like the
I think it's
subtitle.
showing it for like game tutorials, but not showing it on like
Mhm.
the other show.
I mean, not a big
Alright.
deal, but it's a little weird.
The fog effect's here, but it's not like the same.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
It's not the same. It's not as
It's almost like it had to
It
be
doesn't look as
re-added in.
good or as effective.
Well, because it feels like it was re-added in.
I know this game was never like a huge hit. It was kind of a flop, and
no. It was because of when they put the bitch out. They put it out around fucking Call of Duty and what was it? Prince of Persia. You can't drop that shit around Prince of Persia. Like that was, it was the worst timing. they would have waited a few months and put it out the next year in like January or February,
They could just
and
do
it would have
what
done pretty
like
well.
Their
Sony
own
does with
game?
Blue
Wow.
Point and
Yeah, they killed the sales of their own game with another one of their games. Like, why you do that?
they should at least try to like keep the core code of the game like Blue Point does for Sony and just do like a
Mm-hmm.
graphical overhaul that makes the same game just look amazing and see how that does, and before they try to do some massive scope sequel that they were trying to do, like just give this game another chance other than just re-releasing ports of it. See, it's missing the lighting on her face there.
Lighting that.
I don't understand why. It's because of the different tech is used for
different engine.
Mm-hmm. See, it looks better on the right there too. The ball.
Yeah. there's gonna be stuff like that throughout the game. You're gonna be like, oh, that looks better than the original. Again,
Anyway.
the fog.
So yeah, I didn't even know that was coming. Is that a recent announcement?
I don't know. When was that announced?
I don't remember.
A couple weeks ago, I think they talked about it. They first started talking about it.
Damn.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be out already, and it got kind of delayed. So that's the reason.
Oh, okay.
And that's why they started talking about it recently, because they're like, oh, we finally finished it. Sorry,
only
guys.
on 360? Was that the last time it was in?
Yeah, they had the PC version. I think that was before 360.
See
though.
how he looks
So
like
360 was the last one.
he has like a hologram effect on that character model that was only on the 360.
Oh, you're talking about hold on. I'll go back for a second.
Donnie R says a few days ago. I guess that's probably right, but
yeah, you about that.
Yeah, see, like it's not a major thing, but it's like he looks completely different. Like,
I don't like it. That's weird. That looks weird.
He changed the skin color, and he doesn't have that cool effect like he's a hologram being projected.
It's gonna be stuff like that throughout the game. Clearly,
I'm guessing the PC version still
was announced at the limited run showcase. Okay.
Oh, that's why.
I haven't watched that yet, so I need to go back.
That's why I couldn't. There was like a bunch of random shit that was announced during that showcase.
Yeah.
When was Beyond Good and Evil?
Limited Run gets a lot of hate. I don't get it, but I understand why people are annoyed because they have to wait so long. But they're trying to fill orders, and I don't know. It's weird. The hate.
It's a process. That's why I look at it.
And here's the thing: a lot of these games would not have physical copies if it wasn't for limited run. That's why they started doing it. So I don't know. It's weird. That looks good.
Is it missing something? It feels like it's missing.
5 years ago was when they
fog.
showed Beyond Good and Evil 2 gameplay, where they went into space.
5 years ago.
5 fucking years.
Games were conceived and put out in that time span. Multiple games.
Oh,
Now I'm looking at it. Visually, doesn't even look that like ambitious. The scale was, but the graphics were definitely not.
What could have been with that fucking?
You're not mentioned. Wait, what's up with Paige? His scar doesn't seem. They fucked the scar up. What the fuck? He barely has a scar in the new version.
Isn't it interesting?
This won't matter to people who never played this game before. But do you care if you've never played this game before?
How Jade wasn't even a character and they teased her in that.
Yeah,
sequel,
I was
it
like,
just showed this random character. I don't know.
Yeah, they just made up a new character. It's like, Jade was a bit.
This was up 5 years ago, and it got 1.9 million views.
Yeah.
What do you think the Metroid Prime 4 trailer has for views?
1.9 million views.
It's almost like you looked it up or something.
5 million views.
Earlier.
No, I just guessed. I don't know.
It was like
10 million
views. I think it was like 1.4.
Oh wow.
It was pretty low.
No, but I'm saying that, and we're talking about something from 5 years ago versus.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like
from 5 days ago.
The Zelda Echoes of Wisdom has 2.9 million. And then Metroid Prime 4 1.4.
Oh, the standalone video. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the standalone video.
Yeah.
A lot of people watch it in the direct, but the repeat.
Right.
Yeah, my question is how many views does the direct has right now?
repeat viewing.
But Metroid Prime was the second most out of all the re-uploads.
Oh, by the way, T, do me a favor when you get a chance, go watch Baron's reaction to Metroid Prime 4.
I haven't watched it. It's in my queue.
I'm not gonna run it for you, man. That was an experience.
Don't ruin it.
It was an experience, motherfucker.
I remember
but it's like,
wasn't Shokyo a big Metroid?
Yeah.
He was on Twitter.
Yeah, he
I
didn't
saw him
even
on Twitter. I didn't
He
see him
like
on.
Smash and Metroid is the only like Nintendo franchises he liked.
Yeah, I
He
saw.
didn't even have a
He
thing,
I think
did
he
he?
talked about it on Twitter.
I was looking for his reaction.
I think he mentioned it on Twitter.
Yeah, the lighting is definitely off.
It's a different style.
It happens to a lot of games for whatever reason.
It might happen to Donkey Kong.
Like again, for me, it's little things are gonna bother me like that because I know this game. I probably beat the game like 5 times, so little things like that are gonna bother me. But like,
Is
if
the game
you-
long or is it one of the shorter games?
it's about 15 hours. It's not
Oh, okay.
short.
Some
So
of
it's
it's like,
sizable.
why did they make those changes? You know, it's like that's not just a graphical effect that didn't translate. It's like they literally changed the color of things.
They wanted to make it look real.
Is Switch the only?
No,
One getting
it's
it?
on the other platforms too, I believe.
Yeah.
This is the only one I saw a comparison.
They would probably
for.
all be this. I wouldn't expect PS5.
Yeah, visually, it's probably gonna be the same.
Just run at a higher resolution, but it.
This
wouldn't
is
really be
because Game
noticeable.
Explain put the comparison footage a lot quickly.
Yeah, they quick with that shit.
They gotta get that little American that's left.
There's certain things that are better about it.
Anyway, I think that's about it. Covered everything.
Oh, did you grade? I walked away. Did you? Did
I
you
gave it
guys
an A
grade
minus.
Wolfenstein?
Terrell
just gave it an A.
T B plus.
Okay, yeah. I give it a solid A. Good 95%.
Wow, 95.
Robert gives what I always consider like more mediocre ones A's. So I wonder what he gave this one. I mean, I guess it's
12 and a
different to
half out of
A
9.
C minus.
Okay, I just looked it up on the wiki as far as Beyond Good and Evil's runtime. It says about 13 hours completionist.
Oh, okay.
So
Cap.
yeah, I
Suck
don't-
your
that's crazy to me. I know I played it, and I wasn't completionist, so I played it probably 15 hours. That's true.
I mean, everyone moves at a different speed.
Yeah, that's true. But 10.6 is apparently the average main story runtime. So that's surprising.
My bad.
I remember it being a meaty game, but then again, in those days, a 10-hour
Right.
campaign for a game was pretty long.
Zelda
Yeah.
was a long game.
So that was probably pretty average for the longer adventure games.
Mhm.
10 hours in those days. Today it's 80. They drag these games out for so long.
Isn't that
It's
weird?
ins-
You're
Yeah.
Like, oh, 40 hours? That's not enough. That's a short game.
40
Mm,
hours.
I think
Are
40
you
for me
crazy?
is like depends on the type of game, but 20 is a good length, I'd say.
mm.
For an adventure game with a story,
Yeah,
I think 20 is a good time. Yeah, 15, 20.
but with like a open world, like a Tears of the Kingdom, 40 hours is like nothing. Like or
Yeah,
Breath of the
yeah,
Wild.
that-
Not nearly enough time.
Or anything Ubisoft puts out, apparently.
Like
Those games.
I did a lot in Avatar. I think I was under 50 hours, and I
That
did
game
a
was
lot of
finally
stuff.
on. Yeah.
That's another game I got to get around to. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get out of here. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. And I don't know what's going to be, a lot of info came out in the last couple weeks, so it might be a little dry here for.
Yeah.
Probably.
see.
At this point, you're just waiting for game releases.
Yeah.
Yep. Now all you waiting for is game releases and Switch to reveal.
Well, there's Gamescom. I don't know if there's going to be anything.
When
Yeah.
is that?
There is. That's when actually something that like kind of gonna skipped over is Daemon X Machina. They're gonna show off Daemon X Machina at Gamescom. The second one.
No, two. Okay. So there's stuff
Wow.
still we haven't seen yet.
That I didn't think that game would ever.
You
get
won't see
people.
anything from Sony though.
It got showed off. It got showed off at Future of Games. No.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
Marvelous's actual showcase.
Yeah, that's why I
Let me
didn't
get.
see it.
Hold on.
It
Yeah.
happened. I think it happened like at the same time as Xboxes, and
Yeah.
so I had to. I think Donnie was hitting me up talking about the announcements, but like I couldn't watch it because of it.
That's how I found out about Farmagia, is those came in the same.
I don't know about it. Just
Can I get
fucking-
another one of these, Damon X Machina?
Is that even open? Did you even open that?
Yeah, it's open.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Opened very carefully. Okay.
Is that why it's fucking glistening still? What the fuck?
Oh, it's clean. It's clean, bro. Where is the
It gets
damn?
polished on a daily.
Oh, there it is. Actually, it's not even in here. The statue I took out. But careful, careful, careful.
I don't want to sit here through this unboxing. T. Don't make me do this.
Well, that's where the statue would go, but it's
He's
over
gonna
on the
make
shelf.
me. He's gonna make me sit here.
But
It's incomplete. There's nothing in the box, T.
down here, woo, pull that out.
Is Travis Touchdown in there from No More Heroes 3?
Another steel case. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
Oh my
That's a
god.
nice steel case.
And then the booklet there, the art
That's
book.
dope. Dang, you're making me want to go play it.
It's a good game. Good game.
Because you showed you a steel book.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, you know what? I haven't finished that game. I need to go play it right
Oh,
now.
you
Oh, that
finished it?
cracks me up, man. Of all I need to do is show you a steel book to get you to play a game. This should be crazy.
Hey, you never
I don't
know.
even
I'm gonna
wanna-
get this random steel book out of nowhere.
Don't show me no Hello Kitty. Don't show
Because
me
we
no
didn't,
Hello
we didn't
Kitty.
get this here, right? This never came out here, I don't think. I had to get this from the UK as well. And I played way too much.
I think
don't even
Claude
wanna
getting
talk
tired
about-
y'all stealing all his fucking collector's editions. That's what we're getting tired of.
You
I don't even want to
can
talk
go
about how much I spent on this one.
and take my things.
I know, fuck, man.
It's expensive. It was
TV over
expensive.
here thieving and shit. I can tell if it's European now. I see Peggy in the corner
Oh,
or some
Peggy,
shit.
yeah, you got to do
That
it.
Peggy shit used to fuck me up. Peggy
Peggy-
12. Get the
Peggy-
fuck out of here, dog. That's how I
Peggy
knew I cared too much about the game industry when I started looking up UK trailers and shit.
Peggy
I
12.
didn't even care where the footage was coming from. I just needed to see some trailer footage. Motherfucker said Peggy 12. What the hell is that?
Oh no! I bent it. I bent it.
Oh, look at you.
And it's over.
Oh,
I
it's a shame.
fixed it. It's good now.
The resale value is gonna go down by thousands of dollars.
Anybody reselling them? Bro? The fucking the cost of shipping this thing, it would be
Hey, the
not
way you-
even worth it. Not even worth it.
It might be in the future. I'm surprised they did a fucking collector's edition for it, realistically.
Why is this coming apart now?
Uh-oh.
Juice's cat in the back
Uh-oh.
creeping. What the fuck?
It's the glue. The
I
glue
had
must
to
have
move
wore off.
that so she couldn't jump on top of mine.
That's all right. Let's put
It's
some
about to
tape
fuck
on.
up your day,
Think
sir.
anymore.
Put some tape
Oh,
on
she
that.
dropped the Pyra.
Yeah, but watch it fuck up your day, sir.
What do they call that when they put the little puncture holes all the way through and you can tear it? What do they call that?
I have no
Abrasion?
idea.
Oh,
Does it work?
perforated.
Perforated.
Abrasion? Oh,
This shit is fucking perforated. Why would they do that? I just noticed that. The edges of this
Super
are
glue
perforated.
that shit.
So
Yeah, I gotta glue it back.
yeah.
Sucks.
Anyway, we'll get out of here. Thanks
Oh,
for
we're still
tuning in.
on.
Yeah, we're still on. We'll see you guys.
I didn't know we were still on. Sorry, guys.